I can't understand people watching somebody play a computer game.
It's still not a sport.
It shouldn't be on a sports network.
But I don't know if athlete is the right word.
And Fnatic won't be buying it either. JW does get a good kill, and Flusher almost getting caught at the angle there, but still Fnatic in control of this round, fighting a lot more than they really need to. They can just wait until they get closer to the site here, and Shroud gets a kill. Grim's gonna go down, Shroud showing up. It's now down to Oliver. Oh my god, he takes him down, and that's gonna be Cloud9 winning it back. Unreal.
After they take possibly Cole down, and flamie still reacting to this one. They're not going to be able to catch it as of yet. flamie just goes to the default plan position. He's going to fall back to the firebox and try to hold this. Getting some damage. He takes down the one riskiest player he has to deal with. Now he's just got to finish off the final two. Getting that first one, falling, messing up his jump. He's not going to be able to come back up, so he's going to finish off the second one as well. And Na'Vi, they're going to start off this second half in their favor.
Dennis is extremely good on these pistols to start that momentum off. Fast play. Very fast play, and there it is! Oh my god, Dennis on cue, on point, all 3 kills again. I'm done. Don't even buy guns. Just this guy can use a USB for the entire game, and I would be convinced, because G2 certainly has to be convinced. It might be the ace to Dennis with an absolutely perfect round.
Luminos, they're not showing themselves, they're not giving them any opening. RPK pushing into the back, and he goes down to Cold Zero. It's all on Shox. He picks up one and goes back for more. He has no grenades. Luminosity in overtime. He's looking for the shot. Shox gonna pick up one more. Triple flame. Oh, he gets the quad kill. Are you kidding me, Shoxy? He gets every single one and keeps the dream alive.
Here they come, the nades rain in. Here come the bodies as well. Guardian just put one down. Can he find a second? You better believe he can. Not another. Surely! Guardian, stop it! Guardian shuts down 4! And the dream is real as he melts all 5! Mouse sports are no more!
I can't understand people watching somebody play a computer game.
It's still not a sport.
It shouldn't be on a sports network.
But I don't know if athlete is the right word.
Smoke, and Fnatic won't be buying it either. JW does get a good kill. Flusher almost getting caught at the angle there, but still Fnatic in control of this round, fighting a lot more than they really need to. They can just wait until they get closer to the site here, and Shroud gets a kill. Grim's gonna go down. Shroud showing up. It's now down to Oliver. Oh my god, he takes him down, and that's gonna be Cloud9 winning it back. Unreal.
After they take possibly Cole down, and Flamey still reacting to this one. They're not going to be able to catch it as of yet. Flamey just goes to the default plant position. He's going to fall back to the firebox and try to hold this. Getting some damage. He takes down the one riskiest player he has to deal with. Now he's just got to finish off the final two. Getting that first one, ball and messing up his jump. He's not going to be able to come back up, so he's going to finish off the second one as well. And Navi, they're going to start off this second half in their favor.
Dennis is extremely good on these pistols to start that momentum off. Fast play. Very fast play, and there it is! Oh my god, Dennis on cue, on point, all 3 kills again. I'm done. Don't even buy guns. Just this guy can use a USB for the entire game, and I would be convinced, because G2 certainly has to be convinced. It might be the ace to Dennis with an absolutely perfect round.
Luminosity, they're not showing themselves, they're not giving them any opening. RPK pushing into the back, and he goes down to Cold Zero. It's all on Shox. He picks up one and goes back for more. He has no grenades. Luminosity in overtime. He's looking for the shot. Shox gonna pick up one more. Triple flame. Oh, he gets the quad kill. Are you kidding me, Shoxy? He gets every single one and keeps the dream alive.
Here they come, the nades rain in. Here come the bodies as well. Guardian just put one down. Can he find a second? You better believe he cannot. Another, surely! Guardian, stop it, Guardian! Shuts down 4, and the dream is real as he melts all 5. Mouse sports are no more.
I can't understand people watching somebody play a computer game.
It's still not a sport.
It shouldn't be on a sports network.
But I don't know if athlete is the right word.
Smoke, and Fnatic won't be buying it either. JW does get a good kill. Flusher almost getting caught at the angle there, but still Fnatic in control of this round, fighting a lot more than they really need to. They can just wait until they get closer to the site here, and Shroud gets a kill. Grim's gonna go down. Shroud showing up. It's now down to Oliver. Oh my god, he takes him down, and that's gonna be Cloud9 winning it back. Unreal.
After they take possibly Cold down, and Flamey still reacting to this one. They're not going to be able to catch it as of yet. Flamey just goes to the default plant position. He's going to fall back to the firebox and try to hold this. Getting some damage. He takes down the one riskiest player he has to deal with. Now he's just got to finish on the final two. Getting that first one, Ballin messing up his jump. He's not going to be able to come back up, so he's going to finish off the second one as well. And Navi, they're going to start off this second half in their favor.
Dennis is extremely good on these pistols to start that momentum off. Fast play. Very fast play, and there it is! Oh my god, Dennis on cue, on point, all 3 kills again. I'm done. Don't even buy guns. Just this guy can use a USB for the entire game, and I would be convinced, because G2 certainly has to be convinced. It might be the ace to Dennis with an absolutely perfect round.
Luminos, they're not showing themselves. They're not giving them any opening. RPK pushing into the back, and he goes down to Cold Zero. It's all on Shox. He picks up one and goes back for more. He has no grenades. Luminosity in overtime. He's looking for the shot. Shox gonna pick up one more. Triple flame. Oh, he gets the quad kill. Are you kidding me, Shoxy? He gets every single one and keeps the dream alive.
Here they come, the nades rain in. Here come the bodies as well. Guardian just put one down. Can he find a second? You better believe he cannot. Another, surely! Guardian, stop it, Guardian! Shuts down 4, and the dream is real as he melts all 5. Mouse sports are no more.
I can't understand people watching somebody play a computer game.
It's still not a sport.
It shouldn't be on a sports network.
But I don't know if athlete is the right word.
Smoke, and Fnatic won't be buying it either. JW does get a good kill. Flusher almost getting caught at the angle there, but still Fnatic in control of this round, fighting a lot more than they really need to. They just wait until they get closer to the site here, and Shroud gets a kill. Grim's gonna go down. Shroud showing up. It's now down to Oliver. Oh my god, he takes him down, and that's gonna be Cloud9 winning it back. Unreal.
After they take possibly Cole down, and Flamey still reacting to this one. They're not going to be able to catch it as of yet. Flamey just goes to the default plant position. He's going to fall back to the firebox and try to hold this. Getting some damage. He takes down the one riskiest player he has to deal with. Now he's just got to finish on the final two. Getting that first one, ball and messing up his jump. He's not going to be able to come back up, so he's going to finish off the second one as well. And Na'Vi, they're going to start off this second half in their favor.
Dennis is extremely good on these pistols to start that momentum off. Fast play. Very fast play, and there it is! Oh my god, Dennis on cue, on point, all 3 kills again. I'm done. Don't even buy guns. Just this guy could use a USB for the entire game, and I would be convinced, because G2 certainly has to be convinced it might be the ace to Dennis with an absolutely perfect round.
Luminosity, they're not showing themselves, they're not giving them any opening. RPK pushing into the back, and he goes down to Cold Zero. It's all on Shox. He picks up one and goes back for more. He has no grenades. Luminosity in overtime. He's looking for the shot. Shox gonna pick up one more. Triple frame. Oh, he gets the quad kill. Are you kidding me, Shoxy? He gets every single one and keeps the dream alive.
Here they come, the nades rain in. Here come the bodies as well. Guardian just put one down. Can he find a second? You better believe he can. Not another. Surely! Guardian, stop it, Guardian! Shuts down 4, and the dream is real as he melts all 5. Mouse sports are no more.
can't understand people watching somebody play a computer game.
It's still not a sport.
It shouldn't be on a sports network.
But I don't know if athlete is the right word.
Smoke, and Fnatic won't be buying it either. JW does get a good kill. Flusher almost getting caught at the angle there, but still Fnatic in control of this round, fighting a lot more than they really need to. They can just wait until they get closer to the site here, and Shroud gets a kill. Grim's gonna go down. Shroud showing up. It's now down to Oliver. Oh my god, he takes him down, and that's gonna be Cloud9 winning it back. Unreal.
After they take possibly Cole down, and Flamey still reacting to this one. They're not going to be able to catch it as of yet. Flamey just goes to the default plant position. He's going to fall back to the firebox and try to hold this. Getting some damage. He takes down the one riskiest player he has to deal with. Now he's just got to finish with the final two. Getting that first one, ball and messing up his jump. He's not going to be able to come back up, so he's going to finish off the second one as well. And Navi, they're going to start off this second half in their favor.
Dennis is extremely good on these pistols to start that momentum off. Fast play. Very fast play, and there it is. Oh my god, Dennis on cue, on point, all 3 kills again. I'm done. Don't even buy guns. Just this guy can use a USB for the entire game, and I would be convinced, because G2 certainly has to be convinced. It might be the ace to Dennis with an absolutely perfect round.
Luminos did it, not showing themselves. They're not giving them any opening. RPK pushing into the back, and he goes down to Cold Zero. It's all on Shox. He picks up one and goes back for more. He has no grenades. Luminosity in overtime. Here looking for the shot. Shox gonna pick up one more. Triple for him. Oh, he gets the quad kill. Are you kidding me, Shoxy? He gets every single one and keeps the dream alive.
Here they come, the nades rain in. Here come the bodies as well. Guardian just put one down. Can he find a second? You better believe he can. Not another. Surely! Guardian, stop it! Guardian shuts down 4! And the dream is real as he melts all 5! Mouse sports are no more!
I can't understand people watching somebody play a computer game.
It's still not a sport.
It shouldn't be on a sports network.
But I don't know if athlete is the right word.
Denmark, so I think it's really
One smoke, and Fnatic won't be buying it either. JW does get a good kill. Flusher almost getting caught at the angle there, but still Fnatic in control of this round. Fighting a lot more than they really need to. They can just wait until they get closer to the site here, and Shroud gets a kill. Grim's gonna go down. Shroud showing up. It's now down to Oliver. Oh my god, he takes him down, and that's gonna be Cloud9 winning it back. Unreal.
After they take possibly Cole down, and Flamey still reacting to this one. They're not going to be able to catch it as of yet. Flamey just goes to the default plan position. He's going to fall back to the firebox and try to hold this. Getting some damage. He takes down the one riskiest player he has to deal with. Now he's just got to finish on the final two. Getting that first one, falling, messing up these jumps. He's not going to be able to come back up. So he's going to finish off the second one as well. And Navi, they're going to start off the second half in their favor.
Dennis is extremely good on these pistols to start that momentum off. Fast play. Very fast play. There it is. Oh my god, Dennis on cue, on point, all 3 kills again. I'm done. Don't even buy guns. Just this guy can use a USB for the entire game, and I would be convinced, because G2 certainly has to be convinced. It might be the ace to Dennis with an absolutely perfect round.
Luminos, they're not showing themselves. They're not giving them any opening. RPK pushing into the back, and he goes down to Cold Zero. It's all on shots. He picks up one and goes back for more. He has no grenades. Luminosity in overtime. He's looking for the shot. Shot's gonna pick up one more. Triple wave.
Exclusive Black and Verizon. Brightness Dark Seas without overexposing bright angles.
They come Nate Rain, and here come the bodies as well. Guardian just put one down, 25 second, you better believe he cannot. Another Surely! Guardian, stop it! Guardian shuts down 4, and the dream is real as he melts on 5! Mousesports are no more!
Athletes aren't just born. They're molded from the core. A core of strength. A core of laser focus. A core that can handle anything. A core that sweats the small stuff. A core that's the difference maker, game changer, world shocker. You see, hard work makes the athlete, but the edge of a Core i7 processor makes you unstoppable.
This is your chance to actually make it into the Pro League, be a professional Counter-Strike player.
That's the thing that not really fights.
Penguin, you know what? If anybody has a shot at 2-0 against Penguin, beautiful Counter-Strike. You usually only see that in the professional level of things. We are
I can't understand people watching somebody play a computer game.
It's still not a sport.
It shouldn't be on a sports network.
But I don't know if athlete is the right word.
One smoke, and Fnatic won't be buying it either. JW does get a good kill. Flusher almost getting caught at the angle there, but still Fnatic in control of this round, fighting a lot more than they really need to. They can just wait until they get closer to the site here, and Shroud gets a kill. Grim's gonna go down. Shroud showing up. It's now down to Oliver. Oh my god, he takes him down, and that's gonna be Cloud9 winning it back. Unreal.
After they take possibly Cole down, and Flamey still reacting to this one. They're not going to be able to catch it as of yet. Flamey just goes to the default plant position. He's going to fall back to the firebox and try to hold this. Getting some damage. He takes down the one riskiest player he has to deal with. Now he's just got to finish off the final two. Getting that first one, falling, messing up his jump. He's not going to be able to come back up, so he's going to finish off the second one as well. And Navi, they're going to start off this second half in their favor.
Dennis is extremely good on these pistols to start that momentum off. Fast play. Very fast play, and there it is! Oh my god, Dennis on cue, on point, all 3 kills again. I'm done. Don't even buy guns. Just this guy can use a USB for the entire game, and I would be convinced, because G2 certainly has to be convinced. It might be the ace to Dennis with an absolutely perfect round.
Luminos, they're not showing themselves. They're not giving them any opening. RPK pushing into the back, and he goes down to Cold Zero. It's all on Shox. He picks up one and goes back for more. He has no grenades. Luminosity in overtime. He's looking for the shot. Shox gonna pick up one more. Triple flame. Oh, he gets the quad kill. Are you kidding me, Shoxy? He gets every single one and keeps the dream alive.
Here they come, the nades rain in. Here come the bodies as well. Guardian just put one down. Can he find a second? You better believe he cannot. Another, surely! Guardian, stop it, Guardian! Shuts down 4, and the dream is real as he melts all 5. Mouse sports are no more.
I can't understand people watching somebody play a computer game.
It's still not a sport.
It shouldn't be on a sports network.
Taco gets a nice response, but they're down 2 men already.
Yeah, well, this is looking very promising now for G2, of course. Got the AKs in the 4 versus 2 situation. Up to Taco and coldzera once again. Can they step up here? I'm not so sure. 20 seconds remaining, no bomb down. Easy kill there for Apex. coldzera finds one, but ultimately gives his position away. And City Shocks to get the final kill there. So, SK Gaming, after winning the pistol in emphatic fashion there, getting shut down with the Kenny S. Deagle, has led them to this 2-1 deficit. We have got a little wallbang from what I can see here. Taco, that's kind of nuts. You didn't notice that.
That's unreal.
Wow, you don't see that every day. That's pretty cool. Well, 2-1 for now. SK, though, will be on the pretty much full eco. Glocks, P250s, and a Deagle for coldzera. This should be a chance for G2 just to catch their breath and farm some cash with the SMGs. Got an MP9 there, a couple of UMPs as well. And we'll see what kind of play comes in from SK here. Not really much he can do. That's why Kenny S is trying to farm cash. Like we said, he's going to be the main AWPer. Wants to get as much money as possible, but shut down by Fallen with that P250. It balances things out, but they only get the MP9 for it.
So, that second garage as well where Taco got that shot. You normally see it at the first one near lockers because it's more predictable. MBK still pushing up. The kill, but he goes down. That's an SMG available. Easy to grab that time. Although I say that, and Apex slips in and catches off Phelps trying to do it as he gets just a little bit more aggressive instead of backing off. He's got Fallen tagged up onto 19. He's going to pursue spots from going in toward mid-main. Taco will hold station because he knows if he walks around the corner, the information's been relayed into middle. Shocks is on the prowl. Split across the map, 1-1-1, but because of the HP and the weapon advantage, they can afford to do so.
Well, still within a chance there, SK. 45 seconds. This kill is it, though, but Shocktee, he comes out on top, takes down coldzera. That pretty much guarantees the victory for G2 at this point. Fallen with 19 HP. He's towards Squeaky Door, 35 seconds remaining. Bomb on his back, sure, but I don't think that'll be going down. Apex watching the Squeaky Door like a hawk. There it is. Easy frag coming in for G2, and they find 3-1.
Well, with that, to sort a few little issues, we're going to take a short break, be right back to carry on. G2 up 3-1. Money's there for SK. We'll see if they can fight their way back in. Well, a good pace to start off this semi-final. It was SK that took a pistol despite being down a man and fallen with this great clutch. Pulled it back, and then we've had a few wall bangs, this one notably. But it's G2 that took control by winning the second round force buy.
Oh, absolutely. kennyS single-handedly ravishing them there with the 3 Deagle headshots with no armor as well, man. He didn't even force buy. That's insane. But still, round number 5 coming in. G2 Esports 3, SK Gaming 1. We are back underway. It's going to be kennyS with the AWP, of course. In my opinion, his absolute best map. He can go to town on this one. So many options for him. And speaking of which, he's pushing towards A main by the looks of things as well. And we look for the first pick. Some wallbangs coming in once again from Taco. But kennyS, he's got A main locked down for now. Body will be joining as well, and the wallbanging begins. I'm sure we'll see a lot more wallbangs from the likes of G2, considering they've got that body wallbang from T-Spawn as well, Matt. That could be coming in at some point.
Could indeed. I expect it will. He will attempt it. Minute 49. SK needs to be aware of the timing on it when he fires. Shox could play underneath the drop, but Fur has gotten over top. Unsighted, unexpected. He'll take down Shox from behind as Cold sits still behind the smoke at main mid to walk out, but Apex is spotted. Now he knows they have middle, doesn't want to reface, doesn't want to challenge. And SK, after clearing bags with that Molotov, will be able to slowly work their way up toward Highway. As they have a player, Taco, out towards Squeaky. He's going to start evaluating the A side as well as he opens up the doorway.
Still plenty of time available here, but considerable damage inflicted towards SK. You can see Fur and Taco down about 50 HP. Fallen not far behind either. It looks like they'll finish up towards the B side here. They still have 2 smokes available. Perfect CT spawn in heaven as well. So the last line of defense on this side of the map, at least, is going to be MBK waiting for them. If he can get at least one kill here, G2 should be in pretty good shape. If he goes down with nothing, then SK have a real chance.
MBK, perfect position. Timing is everything. Takes one, sees the second in small pit. coldzera goes down. He doesn't want to challenge immediately because he knows they're on to him, so he holds position instead. Perhaps smartly so. Spots the shoulder. Good awareness, good read that Fur was going to be pushing back around. Takes him as well. He just has to watch for Taco. Last alive, downed as well. Good play from NBK.
Absolutely. Perfect stuff from NBK. Didn't overcommit. Knew he just had to find one frag, like I said. He ends up getting 3 in total. Allows him to walk past on the B side. He didn't have enough time to check every single corner. He's in a nice position there. Finds the first, staying alive. You can see the clock's running low. 10 seconds remaining. Denies the plant as well. It's a very good stuff there from NBK. And he's had to shut down the money once again of the Brazilian side. So they're coming into round number 6 here with Tech-9s. And some odd armor as well, a few smokes. It's known as a map that lends itself to these sort of partial buy situations. You can do basic executions, normally towards the A site, and that's what SK are running into. Kenny Esso finding the first kill.
MBK can't land the shots this time. He's running low on ammo, goes for it, thinking he would get the kill. Had to go to the pistol, but look at Kenny behind quad. 2 quick kills before Cold gets him back, but a nade will close it again. G2 go up 5-1, convincing to start. And SK still with money on the max loss bonus, but no plants, only 1 plant in those 5 rounds.
Yeah, not as pretty as I'd like that from SK. Normally, like I said, you go for those executions towards the A side of the map with the Tech-9s. It allows you to at least eradicate some risks there. Kenny shouldn't be able to find 2 or 3 kills without really being overwhelmed. They went for the full-on rush, taken him down, but now the game begins. The first proper gun round, if you like, here. We've got rifles on either side. All for Kenny S. Not the same story for Fallen, but he has been amazing with the AK so far in this tournament as well, so don't let that dissuade you otherwise. We'll see what happens here as Phelps will be pushing through the mid-smoke here. Shoxy on the other side waiting for him.
Blinded with Shox. I thought that might have been the moment. Misses the shots on Fur, goes high right, and Phelps is able to take down Apex along with the kill that Fur got, so that opens mid entirely. Keep in mind, too, when I say 1 bomb plant out of the last 5, that came when they had pistols, when G2 won the round due to Kenny's Deagle. So they've been having trouble getting to sites. This time, it seems they finally opened one. B site is available. Falling, getting a kill with the Molotov. They'll cross to generator and safely get toward default.
Yeah, this looks like a pretty tight round for SK Gaming. Nothing that G2 can really do about this. Kenny is with the AWP. He's in CT sport for now. MBK by his side. So it looks like they'll just be trying to save these weapons. Kenny is looking towards the A round. MBK finds a frag, so there is a slight chance here. I would say still probably better off just saving the weaponry at this stage. SK Gaming focusing towards middle of that round, finding the first 2 frags, and then Body could not hold them off. He is a very good B-side anchor, but not strong enough in this instant. It looks like Kenny is exploring the idea, trying to find another frag. It's pretty much down to him. His teammate smoked off, and I think that's going to be the call at this point. MBK finds one through the smoke, but still will be falling back at this point.
Yeah, they actually, despite... What? Okay, MBK.
2 for the smoke, why not?
The thing is, those are big kills to get because SK just reset a maximum loss bonus. They had kept 1 player alive. They'll be able to buy in this round, but only just no AWP available to them.
Yeah.
And on the other side of that, even though they saved, there's lots of money available to everyone except for MBK and Kenny, so there's quite a bit left over for G2. So they're in a good position. If they can win this round, SK is going to be in a really dire situation without bomb plants.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that for G2. Yes, sure you don't win the round, but the fact you took down 4 players in the process and managed to save your AWP and a rifle as well, you can see they're coming into this round even stronger. Double orb setup this time. We talked about it in the pre-game. It can be deadly, sometimes hit or miss, and we'll see what happens here. Kenny S pushing towards Squeaky Door, trying to get this first frag. Taco's there on the other side. He's not scared though. Nails the first shot and falls back.
Oh, good refrag from Fur, but MBK again, smoke master in this game. As he gets above it in A-main, Fur still made his way through the door as MBK was busy. That gives them a chance to fight backwards from Squeaky. Flash goes both ways. As each loses a little bit of vision, but it's Phelps that wins the duel. Fur, nice shot down highway, and Body has to clutch back. High HP, full set of nades, and a kit with no plant just yet. Minute 11, SK can slow this down. They can afford to, and Fur finds the shot instead.
My God, a couple of amazing shots coming in from him in that particular round. He's been great all tournament, Matt. Like we said, sometimes dying first, trying to get plays done by himself. What a brawl of a round once again, though. Kenny S towards the Squeaky Door. We said he's going to be stepping up with those sort of plays. He nails the first shot, and his teammate, MBK, finds 2 in 8 main as well, but it's not enough. The trade's coming through, and Fur to finish it off there with amazing work towards Highway. It's going to be round number 9. SK pulling one back. You can see they are starting to whittle down G2 now. It's going to be a Famous for Apex and Shoxy with a UMP. They still have the AWP available to them, though. There's still a very difficult round for G2 going forward. SK know it. They can win this. They're right back into this one.
Phelps, good position. Boosted in mid to see if there will be any aggression through. Watching to the right side of the smoke for that exact reason. Smoke that will be redeployed. BK's thinking about it. He's just gonna wait though, surely, because he's got a lot of support in the mid position with Apex and Body all there. So much as mentioned early on, G2 want to pressure middle. Envy, back in the days when Happy and MBK, Kenny were all on that team, along with Kiyoshima, that lineup, 2015, were very good at controlling middle. You used to remember the rivalry between NIP and Envy, and Envy used to dominate NIP in the middle of this map.
Well, similar storylines here so far. SK Gaming finding yet another pick, this time on MBK in the middle. They seem to be focusing 2 players towards the mid area. Normally when you've got to have extreme focus to that, you want to be maybe having 3 or an AWPer, and this is the worst of both worlds for them right now, because they're losing that first pick, and now 5 on 4, 35 seconds remaining. Bomb still towards middle, Taco's at the end of the squeaky door, and they have got quite an A-centric focus here. Kenny S, Body, and Apex towards the A side of the map. Bit of a gamble, Fallen exploring his options towards B, and that's what they'll finish with the bomb as well.
Shocks, small pick, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Fallen hits it with the AK.
And this round is done.
Yeah, bomb's gonna be inside of the site. This time, G2 have to save. So they come close to a great reset, but they themselves have been whittled down 3 digits of cash on everyone. And Body and Kenny are just going to sit back and let this go by. Kenny still has an AWP, so it's absolutely worth saving. We know that one AWP on this map can be enough.
Absolutely. We know he's been going aggressive towards squeaky door, middle. We haven't seen it towards B yet, but that's what he needs to do next round. The money is going to be poor. If they do save the M4 with it, they could probably force a round with UMPs and CZs potentially. We'll see what they decide to do. But Kenny, yes, if he saves the AWP, there's always a chance he can step up and win the round single-handedly. So they'll be desperately trying to hold on to these weapons. This round, though, SK, they knew the money would be low for G2, waiting for the mistakes coming, like the early aggression. They're trying to find that first pick, of course. They've only got the FAMAS and the UMP. They need to get an advantage early on. That was shut down, and they could run away with the round at that point. SK, great play. Having Taco towards the squeaky door as well. I'm not sure if you noticed that. He was there if the first kill went against him and Fallen goes in towards B. Taco can come in and actually stop the rotations from that area, and then at that point, they've got a pincer on either side of the map. It wasn't required, though. They found the entry kill. Taco just played the safe bet and fell back towards T-spawn. Tactical pause from G2. So this is the pick your poison time, Matt. Do you force buy around the AWP and the M4? Limit your money going forward. It's still going to be a bit of a reach to try and win this round, and it could be throwing your money away, because they could probably buy next round. They've got about 2,500 per player right now.
So definitely a much different complexion to this game than when it was 5-2, and the reset goes the way of G2 in the last round, or I should say 5-3. Reset goes their way. And it would have been G2 running with the half to a potential 9-round score. Now, SK can start to control this game. We know in the past it has been a T-sided map, statistically, fairly even in the way that it plays, but statistically it's been T-sided. So G2 is still in a good position, but they have to be smart with the economy. And we know the French teams like to force buy a lot. This is when they could fall into that turmoil.
They went for the more modest approach for once, it seems. Like you said, the French side's known for force buying recklessly. This time they get some upgraded pistols, CZ there as well. But keep Kenny S and Body, they'll just be the only players with weaponry going into round number 10 here. So we'll have a look as to where Kenny S is positioning himself at the moment in CT spawn. Just trying to get some information, some nuances, something to work with, and see where we can find that first pick. I think he has to flash in towards A main at this point. Give it a go, see if we can get rolling here.
Well, they'll do exactly that. Another ambiguous flash. Just generally tossed in. No intent to be Yule, but it's going to be Fallen that gets down inside of checkers and watches in toward the site. Covers off the corner. B's going to be open as well, and that single kill against Apex. Shocks gets in position to potentially catch the bomb out, but just the deagle to work with. The AWP of Kenny is already, although pushed through A main to get a lot of information, sitting back, they've got a problem. Taco is perfectly positioned to catch them off. Kenny needs to save the op once more. 1 versus 5, misses a shot, down he goes. No gun, save, 5-5 game.
Yeah, to be expected. Sure, Kenny S can potentially carry that around for his teammates unless he gets that opening kill. Once he gives his position away, that's pretty much it. SK Gaming go to a different part of the map, get towards events, work pick by pick, exactly what they did, and they managed to tie things up now. But like we said, G2, they took the more conservative approach in that sense. They actually managed to save some money going forward, didn't force buy into it, which would have been destroying them economically going forward. So they managed to get a decent buy, 4 and 4s, and Kenny S on the AWP once again. This will be their final round of money though. Kenny S towards the A side of the map, and once again, Phelps actually trying to work that first pick. Shoxy on the other side, taking a little bit of damage at the start. He's okay for now.
Working AWP aggressively for Fallen. Quick check. onto checkers. Apex, don't let the X-ray mislead you. He's on the other side of that wall. He's in middle. There you go. With an M4. We know he's very good with an M4 in middle as well.
Yes.
Shox is going to be left alone this time, pushed up. Okay, Apex has turned back. I was going to say, kind of needs to support someone to bait him in if the smoke dissolves, and he's sitting in the corner. He goes back to the vent instead. Goes from mid side. It's blown out. They'll know that someone was in there if they're not still, and Shox is going to be moving away. He's actually going to go for a very dynamic rotation back towards Z connector, if I were to guess.
Yeah, we've got a little boost coming in from the T side at this point. Looks like Phelps will be setting up smokes towards the A site. They'll start to go in at this point, and then maybe an A split here. We still have Fur going towards A main, and Taco once again holding the door.
This is where you can tell they're struggling for information, because Shox rotates all the way back, doesn't go to Z. He's stayed at Heaven. He doesn't know exactly where they are, and that means he's going to be late to the rotation on A. Comes in now, smokes down. No entry yet, though. It'll give them time to get in position, and Kenny is going to backpedal behind quad. Phelps becomes a big part of this picture because Kenny just barely makes it to quad before Phelps gets to the top of highways. The smoke was dissolving. Finding a lot of space is G2. A lot of space for Kenny. Only one shot for him so far, but he's still in the equation. And Apex taking down Fur. It was Fallen that's waiting on 11 HP. Couldn't find the angle, but does that time responded. Pistol for Fallen, and time is gone. They took way too long. Oh, Cold, why does he face? Just save the gun. Time's gone.
Yeah.
Gonna get nothing for that.
He was just trying to damage the economy. He's got lots of money himself. He can find a kill. That limits G2 going forward. So it's not the end of the world. He doesn't get cashed that round. But still, SK Gaming was looking so promising. They left the final execution though till the last moment. 30 seconds remaining when they deployed their smokes. They got very good map control. Like you said, CT's lacking information, but just holding, staying alive. Kenny S at quad position, hitting the shots that really counted. And you can see Fallen waiting for him to reface. Too disciplined though, but this time coldzera. He's got the AWP at that decent spawn and takes down Kenny S. It's gonna be a 5-on-4 and they'll be fully committing as well. Body drops, he had no idea they'd commit that soon.
Caught in no man's land. Body Fallen back toward middle. They've got 2 picks, no need to overcommit on a rotation. Waits to see what the response will be from G2, and it's Shox pushing up. Good read and anticipation from Fallen. And this round now done.
Yeah, this is the harsh reset.
Yeah, boot on the other foot, because it was 5 rounds to a 4-round reset now for G2, and as you say, it's going to come through with good effect.
Yeah, this is double eco territory. Most of them had to fully invest into this round. MBK and Apex obviously trying to hold on to their weapons. MBK towards A main, Apex at the forklift position as well. That's SK Gaming, utilizing their spawns. Cash certainly lends itself to that kind of play. You have a player with a very good spawn towards B. You know the CT to challenge in that position to start. Throw it over to coldzera, who is their secondary AWPer as well. He's no slouch with that weapon. Manages to duel Kenny S, take him down. And at that point, you're going to decide, do we commit or wait for the rotations to come in? The reaction from the CTs, they went for the former and just went all in towards that side. Body, like he said, towards Heaven. No man's land. Had his flashbangs out. Got caught 4-on-1 situation. He was done for there. SK Gaming find one more kill. Just MBK survives. Here's the replay. You can see Kenny S did get a shot off, but narrowly missed. I think he might have still been moving there. As we ran number 13. Quite a quick first half here. 6-6. Like I said, it's double eco territory, so GT will be forcing up around this UMP. Keeping Kenny S a bit more money than his teammates. Same sort of a body as well. 3 SMGs available. Kenny down to the deagle. Not necessarily a bad thing. We saw what he could do with that in round number 2. And coldzera once again exploring his options towards B. Narrowly missing out on the shot there.
Swap the gun back over or not. Cold offered it.
Yeah, well, we've seen Fallen being really, really good at the AKs in this tournament. So I think he said, you know what, Cold, you're feeling this round, go ahead, be my guest.
To be fair, it was Phelps. He threw it toward. I think he was expecting Fallen to come around and grab it.
He swapped it over now.
Maybe he just threw it to the wrong player. Didn't realize who it was. Flash out for Fallen. Trying to get position in A main. They've already got over top of drop. Haven't committed to mid just yet, but Fur's there to watch over towards sandbags. Cold's going to figure out what's going on at B. But I would, depending on how the first pick goes, I would suspect that A is the intended target. MBK shutting down Fur. Good timing on the peak as he was still unable to check sandbags all by himself. No Molotov to throw toward it. Fallen responds, takes Kenny. Good pick to find, and now it will be the commitment onto A. Apex tries to go through the smoke. I think Taco may have spotted him. So Fallen's ready for it in the corner. Hears him jumping up there as well. He's just guessing as to where he's gone on the Tech 9. They don't want to overcommit into him. They'll back off at least for the moment.
Well, they know the money's very poor here for G2, and they're going to be forcing rotations at this stage. Apex pushing to squeak the door at this point. The Taco takes him down. Big pick up there, and that should be the signal now. They've only got 25 seconds remaining. They're only caught out with no time actually remaining for the bomb to go down. So let's just go all in, but Shoxy's fighting back with that UMP. An absolute brawl here. Shoxy finds another.
They did walk into the site that had 3 G2 players as well. B did open up early in the rotations, 12 seconds. They've run out of time once already this game. Taco finds a kill, that's gonna be enough because he'll just get in position to plant, but he's low on HP and Body gets the advantage of him planting to get better position from Highway. AK-47 and Body on the barrels will be able to see over top of the box. Gun's not sticking out far enough yet. I'm wondering if Body can just barely see it. It's Taco. Moves back around. Drop down, makes a noise. Taco's ready for it. Holding the angle. Good headshot. 6-6, and they almost avoid turmoil with the economy on SMGs. They still have to sit tight for one more.
Yeah, Shoxy, that nemesis there. What a performance from him in the open as well, doing work with that UMP. Comes down to Taco. 4 kills in total in that round. Great awareness as well. You could see how calm he was in that situation, waiting for Body to make the first move. He's just sitting on the bomb side there. Bit of a gamble, could have been coming from A-main, but he seemed to have it under control and then some. Great headshot to finish things off. 7-6 after that force buy from G2. Has to be the full eco here. Godzera, another lovely shot there towards B. Storage takes out MBK. Amazing precision, and a 5-on-4 as quickly as you like. MBK dropped.
Shocks. Good response, CZ. They've won one already on pistols versus guns. Though is not going to allow it to happen a second time. Fur walking in from Highway, pretty straightforward, finds Kenny. Doesn't matter how many players they put in the A site. SK is going to find them all.
That's more comfortable, isn't it? Let's kill everyone instead of slowing right down and going into 20 seconds. Let's just face together and take the duels one-on-one. Great stuff. This is the Coldzera first shot. He's had a quiet tournament so far, Matt. Not
looking better
necessarily
today.
Like his best, but this is the thing. SK looked so good, got that 3-0 without him, which is
the thing is
something,
as well,
right?
too. Yeah, I mean, they had a phenomenal first day. Second day was a bit of an interesting one, but even when we say he hasn't had the best tournament, he's still rated at 1.16.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still positive.
It's a testament how good he is. We expect him to be godlike every single time.
Phelps sprays into the smokes to make sure no one's pushing up in toward Cubby. Best guess, no one there. Smoke goes down toward B main. T-sided so that Cold can swing if he likes and face toward Checker. Shocks is covering off that same angle though, so that's a bit of a gamble if he goes for it.
Well, a default for now. G2 with the double glass cannon setup, meaning Shoxy and Kenny S with the AWP, sure, but no armor to go with them. Makes him very vulnerable to grenades and body shots as well. Shoxy does spot one player. We'll be falling back as a B split once again. I'm not sure they can hold this off.
I don't know if Shocks actually even did see him, to be honest, but he gets out just in time as vents break. Molotovs are everywhere. Shocks, AWP up close. No heroics this time. He goes down, but body spraying. Blast! Gets 3! Bomb down. Phelps has made it in deep though, and he responds. Good positioning, and thankfully so, because SK Body absolutely shut them down, and it's a 1 versus 1. Taco has to go to the B site to get the bomb, even though there's 44 seconds. It's Kenny on an AWP. He knows the bomb's inside of the site, but he knows there's also ample time that Taco could have gone either way. He's heard him go into the drop room now. He's waiting to cover the angle. And he's going to get aggressive as well. Taco's never going to expect it, but he walls him. He doesn't catch him cleanly. And that gives Taco a chance on the AK. Missed from Kenny. Goes back to the pistol. He just has to hit him once. But as Kenny will do, he sticks on the AWP. And we end 8-7.
Body, the savior of round number 15 there for G2. It was looking so tight when Shoxy went down. Comes down to the 1v1 though. Kenny S, smart as ever, legs him and doesn't allow him to get to the bomb side there. He knows that bomb gets down. He pretty much can't win the round. Taco cannot find 2 clutches in a row.
And with that, a start from G2 that fell apart. We'll take a break, see if they, with a 1-round difference, can make the half work better, I should say, on the T side.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Lenovo Legion, Xfinity, ESCA, Pay Safeguard, Mountain Dew League, Logitech G, and Zowie.
Well, the server conditions look beautiful, Henry, because they're on the ESCA servers, and we've got a heck of a match going on inside of it. 8-7 G2. Looked incredible to start things off, but SK certainly responded, avoiding a reset and then taking full control.
Just what we expected. G2 trying to get in their faces, pushing everywhere they can. KS especially with the likes of Body trying to find those first picks, but SK gaming towards the tail end of that first half, running away with it to be 8-7 in their favor. Still only one round separating them. Still anyone's game here as we get into the second half. We'll have a look at the buy for G2 as we start it here. G2 versus SK, second half here on Dcash. It's going to be MBK with the Deagle. Let's follow him for now and see if he can open things up, usually towards middle. He'll be boosted up by the looks of things, maybe not towards A main he goes. This is brought out, especially on Cash, the likes of Nico like to go for this first pick, and MBK's got a chance now. Taco's there.
Kenny started, well, I shouldn't say started, it was the second round with the Deagle, but he was falling on the Glock. Kenny starts off toward A main this time. MBK can't land the headshot. Good damage, though, to Taco. That allows Shocks to capitalize walking out from the squeaky door. Furs made his presence known. Good headshot. Recovers from missing the opener against Shocks, but fallen. Responds again to take down MBK. Apex has gone through middle to divide them, but he's pinched off. They know he's there, and they've got coverage from either side. He has to hit the shots and can't do it.
That's poor from Apex. Well, 2-on-2 now. Bomb will be planted. It's going to be Shoxy on 16 HP, but Coldzera finding another headshot. Just a low HP player now. Shoxy got his work cut out for him. Needs to start landing headshots here. There's one. Now he's got a chance.
18 HP. 4 kills for Shocks. He's doing it alone. He might do more. Spots the shoulder. Phelps is patient, but no kit. Patience can't necessarily be his virtue in this round. He's got to go aggressive, and Shocks continues to put damage into him. He's down to 53. He's made noise jumping. Shocks is baiting this out. He's got all the time in the world now. Phelps has to get desperate, and Shocks not even looking for the ace. Plays the long game. Does he have enough? I don't know if he does have time here. This is going to be very close. Very, very close. Shocks may have just barely done enough. 4 kills. Is it the round, though? It might be. Oh! It is! Shocks has done it for G2.
My lord, doesn't get any closer than that. Shoxy with 4 kills. You thought he fluffed it at the last possible moment there, but 10-second defuse. SK can't do it. Shoxy, so good in semi-finals to say. It does feel like a grand final here. This is the rematch from Season 3, and this is when he went absolute town on this team, and he's doing it once again here in the second half pistol. It's going to be round number 17, of course, and we do have the force buy from SK after looking so promising there in the 2 versus 1. I thought they had that for sure. Falling with the Desert Eagles, CZs. And we'll see whether G2 and their 3 rifles here, more modest with the Galils instead of the AK-47s, means they get a bit more utility. So this works out for them. Default for now. Apex and Shoxy with the UMPs. And in terms of the setup here for the CT side, 2 towards A, and then 2 players in middle and just Coldzera in towards the B side. He's got the Desert Eagles trying to find that first shot. See if it works out for him. Phelps is beneath that boost position.
Beneath the boost position with a CZ. Taco wins out, pushing Squeaky against Shock, so he'll pick up a weapon. He's down at 21 HP. Has armor in it. Cold and Fur do as well, so maybe if you get the gun over to them, it might be beneficial, but they're quite far away on the map, to be fair. Fur's a little bit closer. So there it is. Gun swap. Fur grabs it. Speaking of guns, it's just the Deagle for Cold, but he makes it work against Apex. He's still in behind the box as well. Knows they're pursuing him. Looks for another headshot, but can't find it. Galil for MBK. We have to keep note of those guns. In fact, 3 Galils in this round. So G2 perhaps giving up early on the UMP.
It seems so. Taco and Fur now saving their weapons. They don't really have a chance of winning. There's no kit. Taco low HP as well. G2 the bomb down in B. 3 Galils up as well. Got a little bit scary for them as well. Coldzera finding that frag and towards Checkers with the Desert Eagle. Taco similar fashion with the CZ. He's still got head armor though. Same story for Fur. So saving these weapons makes sense. Going forward, they will be in a full eco, but maybe can farm some cash, especially with that UMP going into the next round. You can see the cash here, and it's going to be Fallen, of course, the AWP player. He's got just about $1,000. Didn't buy armor. Coldzera finding a kill with 450. So G2, not really worth the hunt. They know he's a weapon up for Taco, but might as well stay alive. 3 Galils in towards Sunroom. And it's going to be G2 taking the lead now, 9-8. SK with another eco going forward.
taking the lead on the T side, and again, having control early in the half, it becomes a money battle, especially on the CT side for SK. Chance to farm some cash for Fur by keeping this SMG.
Yeah, that's pretty much all they can hope for here. Can't really force around this. So the UMP CZ, we do have an upgraded pistol for coldzera. Like I said, a bit more money than his teammates. So he brings that out and nothing else. And Taco's found a Molotov. So things get interesting, we'll see going forward. But it's going to be falling out towards middle. He's got only the silent USP to hold that position. Not really much he can do about it. At this point, G2, hold up. Try and get some map control. Make sure you're trading frags, and they're boosting 2 players up. Molotov to flush the CTs out on the other side. And like we said, Fallen, not really much he can do about that situation. Body takes him down, and this should be quite a convincing round for G2 at this point.
Molotov thrown out by Apex, clears the box. He's confirmed it, waited to see if anyone was going to go for the last minute shot, dropping in as well. Ooh, Phelps actually wins this one, even though he lost the HP early in the exchange. But 2 more G2 players in position, and they're easily able, to pull that back. This position becomes interesting for Cold. He's waiting for the last minute as well. Using the triple box to cover off main entrance. He's just looking toward Checker. Bomb is slowly getting closer to the B site. Cold, the only one left in this position.
Yeah, they can just walk in at this point. They know the CTs don't have any grenades, but coldzera, headshot, like he said, this could be deadly. We've seen him cause horrific damage in this position before. Not meant to be this time. Taco dealt with in similar fashion. It's going to be a 4 versus 1. Fur might just want to save the UMP and head armor here. Definitely a viable setup going forward into that first gun round. He has no chance of winning this one. He looks like he can CD spawn for now, so he might just be looking for anyone hunting potentially here. It doesn't really matter if he goes down. If he finds a couple of kills, sure, that's amazing, but ideally just wants to hold on to the SMG.
I mean, he has head armor with it, and UMP we know is viable, but as you say, he can hunt for kills and get frag money with it. Starts off well, takes down Shocks. Economic damage is beneficial, but Kenny gets him, so he won't find any further. 10-8, SK in the money. EWP, glass cannon, no, Fallen does have armor already purchased, so he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, he didn't force find to that second round, so yes, he gets the AWP out. This map certainly relies on the AWPers itself. We do not have the AWP for body though. Like we said, that wallbang, certainly a potential. I'm sure Kenny S can do it as well, but it won't be coming out in the first gun round at least. Kenny S, AWP in hand, and he will not be boosted up. This looks like a full-on A execution off the bat. Normally a very good idea to do on the first gun round. CT's limited after their 4 spies, won't have all the nades or even the firepower to hold you off. So I like this a lot from G2. It means they have to commit very quickly though. They have no map control anywhere else. So expect this execution. Quite a basic one, I'd imagine. Smoke towards highway, Molotov towards quad on the bomb site. Maybe a smoke to the left of the side as well. And they'll be trying to refrag as much as they can and overwhelm the CTs with the lesser weaponry. The smokes. There's the other smoke as well.
He goes deep. Kenny wrapping in. Smoke down in front of him as Taco holds them off. He's got the right position. He's going to switch to the EWP even though he's up close. Bomb's being planted. But Taco, a bold move, a bold call to go to the AWP. He's trying to find an angle for it. Gets on ticket booth, but he's a second late to catch off the player at the door. His body goes back in, and BK takes Fallen. Body's got good position to catch off Taco. And I'd say that is the round as Cold inside of middle is going to have to hold on, or at least want to hold on to this M4. He's not even going to be allowed to do so.
Yeah, well, for me, that's just textbook Counter-Strike from G2. Like I said, you know the CTs are forceful in that second round. They might not necessarily have a full array of M4s or even the AWP. They won't necessarily have incendiaries either. So you're going into a full execution. Decent one at that, like I said. Smokes on the highway, left of the hand side of the side as well. Isolates the players there who might just have UMPs. And Taco did what he could, picked up the AWP, but taken down G2, running away with that one. 11-8 now, looking very promising for them on map number 1 here of this best of 3. In terms of the buy for SK this round, CZs, Deagles. Couple of sets of armor as well. Phelps and Taco picking those up. One flashbang to go with it, but Fallen. Okay, he opens things up. That's a nice shot from him. I think that was towards middle, taking down Apex.
Sounds like someone just got killed by a Zeus in the audience. Fallen. The Deagle gets flashed in. They will check off A main. Chops is going to go for the Taco style bang this time. Can't find anyone on the other side. Does get some damage into Fallen, though. He's down to 49.
Well, the man advantage for SK Gaming. With the CZs, Fallen finds on that 1 dig towards middle. And it's up to Shocks to recover the frag now. Taco finds himself caught out of position there, so it's going to be a 4-on-4 and should bring G2 right back into this one. Haven't committed just yet. They still have plenty of time, just under a minute. And all of that smokes and flashbangs. They're making sure they've got that pick back, which they've done now. And they should be quite comfortable going forward. They have the Kenny S AWP as well. Fallen Can be a bit of a nuisance here. We'll see whether he can find another shot. Phelps to open things up, though.
Fallen waiting to see if he can get a headshot out of it. Oh, another step closer. Body might have been caught out by that one.
Sure.
Now he has mid position, going for the vents, busts them out, refaces off toward Fallen, who's going to give up on the battle. Meanwhile, Kenny does his own work over toward the box, clears it, gets the AWP ready, swing in. First standing very wide, as Cold is still in the corner, has no one to bait him in anymore. They almost overlook him. The aim punch comes in from the AK, and G2 find yet another round to go 12-8. Yet to find a round on the CT side is SK.
Yeah, absolutely. 5-0 now in the second half. SK will be recalibrating themselves, so money's starting to stabilize. You can see the double orbs that are coming in. There's the shot from Fallen. It's towards the boost position, I beg your pardon. So great work by him to find the first frag, but wasn't enough to find the round. Like we said, SK double orb, coldzera and Fallen this time. They mix up the secondary orb roll between coldzera and Taco as well. This map, though, it seems to be coldzera primarily, who likes to focus towards B. Kenny has, though, a duel once again, and coldzera finds his teammate, MBK, giving his frag away almost there. He thought he was covered by Kenny, but the angle a little bit too shallow there, and it's a 5-on-4 very quickly into round number 21.
The start they need, finally.
Yeah.
And at 28 still to work back into this, though, for G2. They'll start doing it on the B side of the map first. Cold is going to get Molotov'd out. Tough position to be in. They've Molotov'd that every single round, and he gets absolutely annihilated for it. Pulls it even. Phelps tries to compensate by getting clever, a little bit too clever. Over-aggressive, and Body finds him. G2's going to steal this round back, surely.
Just wait. Fallen's ready.
3 kills unanswered, though, and Fallen just barely late to the position as Apex slips in toward the tree, and they had to convert this.
I say that because Fallen's just been lights out in the clutches throughout this tournament. Think about that Mouse Sports quarterfinal. He looked amazing, especially on Mirage as well. Completely wrecked him, and I thought he might have had a bit of magic left in the tank there, but wasn't meant to be. Apex starting to warm up now. Been pretty quiet so far. Finds 4 frags in this round, I beg your pardon. Takes his total up now to 14. He was lagging behind a little bit there. That's a big, big round after losing the first pick. coldzera finds it in B storage. Took down MBK as well, which I thought was an interesting decision from MBK to actually walk into that corner, but they recover into that B site. Looking very good at the moment as well. Out-fragging SK Gaming across the board. And that's what they needed coming into this one. They needed to be the better aimers here today. 13-8, and we will have a tactical pause for the Brazilian side. In terms of money, it's looking pretty bleak, Matt. They've got just under 4K per player, and it's 13-8, looking at the barrel of match point very soon. So I think at this point, take a partial bite, allow it to get to round number 14 for G2, and then you need to win out. Can't make any more mistakes going forward. And they might, okay, they brought out 2 UMP, CZs. It won't be the full investment, but like we said, a partial buy with the maximum loss bonus now, because they're at 6-0.
Yeah, they've got to find a round into this.
But it's got some dramatic music now.
It's not bad.
Getting a sense of dread going forward for SK.
Get the blood flowing.
Yeah.
Shock to the system.
That's what Chad would say.
Well, they'll split it out of spawn, so they won't go for a grouping or a stack with these pistols. Very straightforward, a little aggressive toward B, just Cold inside of Checker. Where things started to fall apart in the last round when he got Molotov. Another Molotov thrown that direction this time. Not behind the box, but enough to push him back off the angle, and MBK will take it over with the AK.
So Shoxy with the MAC-10. Usually in this sort of scenario, it would be a very beneficial weapon to have, but he has got 4 sets of armor in front of him, and luckily coldzera and Fell without head armor, and here we go. Going to town, farms $1,200, and then some more as well. Unfortunately not. Fallen does take him down in the end. He's down to 1 HP. Will be dealt with by Kenny S, and that's be the round over. coldzera and Phelps on the other side of the map. Bomb will be planted. Got a UMP and a CZ. No kit, no nade. So they might be better off to saving the armor here. We know the money's pretty poor going forward, but they have got the maximum loss bonus. This will be round number 14 for G2. coldzera might find another hit. Not meant to be though as MBK takes him down. Phelps, he'll pick up the AK, sure. Will he survive though? That's another question. Okay, not even the first part.
Nope, not even the first part. 2 rounds is all G2 need after being 1 behind at the start of this half. SK, they're certainly not making their job easy. If they want to get back into this game, they've left it a little bit late. They'll go for a double op. They have to. It's now or never. This is last buy if they don't win this round.
We'll see what G2 bring to the table. Such a cute bit of rounds that they could go
Body's got it. Body's got it.
Is he doing it?
He's sitting for it. He's waiting. No, they jump over it.
They know.
Baited out the shot too.
He's broken the map. They have to change the way they come out of connector.
Good play from Fur. Aggressive. Nearly gets caught out. He gets tagged down to 60. I think they're going to, yeah, they did swap it back over to Kenny. So Kenny just lets Body take that shot at this point.
Surely Kenny knows how to do it. Anything you show him.
Body's done it, what, 3 times now? So you might as well just let him keep doing it.
Okay.
Molotov's good. Takes Shocks to 41. Now reposition away from the forklift. The door's already been opened. Exchange goes both ways on that door. Shocks is a brave man with 14 HP to go back for it, considering the spray.
They got that first pick once again, but they had this in previous rounds, and then G2 overwhelmed them with the team play and the firepower, I have to say as well. MBK boosted up towards middle now. Fallen doesn't seem to be aware. This could be a key exchange at this stage, as Fallen will get some information. Not scoped up for now. Just trying to get the intel as to what's going on. Quite an open B site here for now, and we can see the bomb in A storage. It's going to be up to Taco, and Fallen to strike first. He said does take down MBK. Now on 5-on-3. Surely the first round for SK Gaming is about to arrive.
It's always the worst when you're slipping up that wall, hoping to spot someone, a connector or sandbags. Can't look far right. They pop out worst possible time. Kenny, though, good response. Again, using Molotovs. Very good use of Molotovs to clear corners from G2, but Taco, good play to strike back, takes Body. It still means the AWP is in position at A main. They've got to be careful of it, but it's all they've left to be fearful of. Double up, double M4 versus that of just Kenny S as he works in. Gonna swing in, knows there's one near the red crate, easy enough. Phelps had no idea that he was there, but Fallen strikes back.
Yeah, he's just trying to get as many frags in there as he can. Like we've discussed in the first half, he's reset the loss bonus now by losing that round. If he finds 2-3 kills there, that could be really damaging for SK. Luckily they shut it down before it gets out of hand there. Round number 24 coming in, the double orb setup working out for SK there. They find their first round of the second half. Scoreline currently 7-1. SK need to start stepping up here. No mistakes can be made at this point. They can't allow G2 to get to the map point so early on Cash. For now, though, Fallen watching towards middle. No smoke to push him back. So that suggests it will be more of a default here. But Fur and Taco, they're thinking about maybe boosting up here. Very common strategy. And it looks like Shoxy, or I should say Apex is aware, takes Fur down to 3 HP. That's going to cancel the boost, and he gets dealt with by Shox in the end as well. Did they make noise there? They seemed so assertive and confident they were boosting up.
Not sure, but it certainly was aggressive. You catch them off. Taco, gone. Don't even count it. Phelps, excuse me, will get the shot back. He's got work to do. Smoked off. He's going to push it. He's going to go aggressive. Phelps is always so aggressive. We thought Stewie was the master pushing smokes. Look at Phelps. Oh, timing though. He had Kenny dead to rights and looks away. And that might be round 15 acquired for G2 as a result, especially with Kenny getting cold. Things go from bad to worse, and the game might have just slipped because they have no money going into the next round.
Absolutely nothing. This is SK's map pick as well, Matthew. So this is actually turmoil at this point. SK not really turning up to the second half whatsoever after going up 8-7 in the first. Money's just been a massive issue for them, but they have had the double orb set up a few times now, and losing the first pick, it feels like almost every single time, apart from the previous round. It's going to be Fallen to save his AWP. 18 kills at the moment. He's in towards T-spawn. G2 don't even want to hunt him. They will be only getting $1,400 in the next round, so it's pivotal that he stays alive here in number 24. After trying to do the boost there, G2, there must have been a sound cue because Apex seemed so confident that they're in that position, and then Shoxy busting out the door as well. He finds 2, and it's going to be round number 24 going in favor, and indeed map point obtained by the French side. Here we go then. A chance to recalibrate SK. What can they bring to the table here? Sure, you've got the orb. A UMP comes out, 2 CZs and another UMP to accompany them. It's not looking good. It's a map point for G2. If ever there was a chance to pick up the first map, this should be it. Full buy for the French side and not really much to work with at all for the Brazilians.
No, nothing really to work with. Phelps will sit. CZ waiting to hope and to get a headshot. Actually does get the jump on Shocks. Has to back off immediately because he expects someone to pop through the smoke and take him down.
You'd expect at least a flashbang there. I know he's trying to surprise the CT's waiting on the other side, but just a flash. Even a Molotov beneath the boost spot is quite common these days, but it's going to be the initial frag, and now Fallen with the orb. He could actually cause some damage here. Apex looks like he'll be taken down almost certainly. There it is, a 5-on-3. They could just do this.
Molotov get extinguished immediately. Goes directly into a smoke. Taco, though, pushing up. Good positioning. Here's Body, who's now slowed and gotten a little more cautious, and I'm not sure if he spotted his shoulder or...
I think he must have done that sort of thing.
Yeah, because he definitely slowed down, or he just anticipated it, but either way, he gets the kill.
Well, still, Not really much for SK to work on. Haven't salvaged any weapons there. Sure, Fallen's got the AWP, but Kenny S, he's patrolling middle, and they've lost track of where the T's may be ending up. It looks like a B split from what I can see right now towards the fence they'll go. Fallen's watching it.
Oh, where is he? Away. He still has a decent angle by going passive, but it gives a lot more ground. It also does mean, though, that they have to commit through the vents, which means he can line them up. Oh, Fallen has hit the second, can't do it. Does get Kenny, though. It's beneficial, no doubt. They can also start to try and flank back in and pincer them from that vent position with the pistol. Phelps does it with the distraction. It's all on MBK. Bomb down, Fallen has it. We stay alive for at least one more.
Just about. SK do it. It's going to be down to that man in the screen right now. Fallen, who's been amazing this tournament, especially with the AWP, find 3 kills just when they need them as well. G2, a little bit sloppy, I have to say. They seemed like they were very confident to find that pick towards middle. No utility used whatsoever. Normally you're flashing, Molotov in the vent, smoking connector, and it means you're eradicating the chance of the CTs getting that first drop on you. That gun goes away, they go towards B, and then Fallen's waiting for them, finds 3 in total, and now they're right back into this. It will take 5 rounds in a row, sure. Whatever those teams to do it, SK would be it. Number 26, still on the double orb setup. That's SK. Single orb setup for Kenny S as he's boosted up right now, using the flashbang this time to push anyone back from that white box area. Fallen waiting on the other side. Does he face any further than what he's done already?
Kenny will wait again to self-clear with Molotovs. They've done, as I mentioned already, a very good job of that throughout the course of this game. They've actually been able to predict exactly where SK was going to be playing in a few certain instances. That said, it's pretty standard positions where in which you can use them. Fallen. No AWP this time, goes for the M4, knows they're inside of middle, he's called it. And they'll sit back then with Fur to cover off Z Connector, but Fallen, as he retreats, wanted to get in toward A and let them take Highway. He's gone. He's put so much pressure on Taco, who's the AWP in this round. Along with Cole, up close. Somehow no response from Apex. He would have thought he shot back in as Taco wins it out. That brings Phelps back in through the smoke. He finds 2, but Body pushes through. And it's Shocks now to get a smoke down to cover off a bomb plant inside of the A site. It's a full retake, AWP and AK. A kid on either, and the AK succeeds to start it off. Shocks, the man to clutch to close the game. Flash lands both ways. They're gonna push this together and hopefully get a trade position. They don't even need to. Fur over the top of the barrels. How's the money for G2?
It's not looking amazing. They do get the bomb down. We've got 6K on Body, and then his teammates at about 2K as well. They've got another full buy going forward. It's starting to be whittled down at this point. Shoxy, usually so deadly in those 2 versus 1 situations. He has the bomb down. He knows both players towards Highway as well, but he can't get rolling. If he hits that first headshot, he probably wins the round, but couldn't do it. Fur took him down. And that's a really nice setup from G2 to begin the round. They got the first pick and managed to get the A split set up as well. Apex to open things up, but through the smokes, the UMP prevailed. And we go now to another full gun round here. This one, if SK can win it, there's a real chance. And Body tries the wallbang once again. Obviously, doesn't work out for him.
Cold. Sitting to wait. Like I said, SK might have left it late. They've pulled 3 of the last 4 rounds, but they obviously need the next 4. After dropping 7 at the start of this half? Yeah, it was 7, so.
Well, for now, all quiet and no presence towards the B side whatsoever from G2. There should be another execution. Shoxy towards the end of Squeaky. This round worked out for them so well before Matt, leaving Apex boosted up as well, showing presence, getting some intel, and they're going to try and get that first pick. The smokes will be deployed. This is the retake setup from the CTs as well. Look at Taco, Fallen and Fur. They're not on the side whatsoever, so they're going to have a rough time here. First trying to get in towards the bomb site, boost himself up, Fallen strikes first, takes down Apex.
Good pick to find on the AWP. They've got 2 of them, so they have to find them early. Fallen seems to be missing the second shot on occasion. And the problem is, there's no one in the site. They've already cleared with just 1 kill. Away back in. Good patience displayed from Fallen to find that one. He's got no patience anymore. He'll go hunting. Body goes down. And Taco finds Kenny.
Now we're getting warmed up. Fallen looking like his old self there. 4 close-range orb shots. He took that Apex towards middle. Like we said, that would have been the pincer. It was looking so promising for G2 at that point. Losing that first pick, Fallen comes and eviscerates all of his opposition. I thought he was going to get the ace as well. It was stolen away from that last shot, but what a replay that is. Amazing. We got that shot on Body as well. Denies the plant. And now this should be a pause, I would imagine, for G2. 15-12 SK Gaming, like you said, if they win that round, they break the bank of the French side. So around 3K per player. We've got Shoxy's on 4 and Body just above that, but overall not looking like they should force into this. Maybe a Tech 9 round. They've got third stage loss bonus, so some Tech 9s, maybe some smokes as well, try and get the bomb down. But SK Gaming looking to take us to overtime. Looking much better at this point. 25 kills for Fallen, continuing his good form in this tournament. Fur, also very good, 20 kills, 19 deaths. coldzera, just a note as well, we talked about his slow performances so far in this tournament. Matt, currently 11 kills and 19 deaths at the bottom there. So hasn't been his best, but SK Gaming looking to get back into this. 3 rounds will do it. So it is going to be that partial buy described from G2. Tech 9, CZ, couple of smokes, pretty standard stuff. Try and get the plant down. You can win these, sure. The smokes are good and you find the first pick. Some damage can be done. It's another retake setup on the CT side.
Good play. Again goes down in that same angle though, but this time he does manage to at least get a kill. So they find themselves in a similar 4 versus 4. But a bomb plant for G2 on Tech 9s and CZs. We've seen games end like this before, especially with a lurk in Shox, who could be perfectly timed to go up highway behind them. They're getting closer to the site. No smokes down in front of them just yet. Shox is inching his way. Back turn, get closer, get that pistol into an effective range. 1, but they get around the corner. Fallen knows he's there. He's turned his attention back to him. Oh, and Kenny's got the kills. That is going to be it. Pistols are going to do it. And Shox with the wraparound. 16-2 for G2. 16-12, excuse me, for G2.
It looked like that was slipping out of reach for G2. The money was done, and they were losing almost every single battle there with a bomb down as well. But it's the pistols, of course. This is a French team we're talking about. Tech 9s and CZ. It comes down to the in-game leader, Shoxy, the legend of the team, coming up high. Like you said, timing perfection as well. He could have pulled the trigger earlier, but he decided to get nice and close, take the attention away, get 1 kill, and his teammates can capitalize at that point as well. So that's SK's pick going against him. G2 looking very strong today in terms of fragging potential.
Very, very strong indeed. And a good start, a great start to the second half. SK, again, leaving it late. They definitely had some firepower, but it couldn't match G2 this time around. And I'm thrilled, but at the same time, that's SK's map choice. Yeah. This is going to be a very, very hard series for them.
Well, Matthew, I think we're done here for the first map. Let's see what Jason's saying over at the analyst desk.
Thank you, boys. Welcome to the Xfinity analyst desk. Yes, a map 1 victory for G2. Back and forth. We did say it was going to be a little bit of a fight between these two teams, a brawl, so to speak.
Yeah, definitely a tussle.
It exactly was. I mean, SK in the first half looked down and out to start things out, and then they win 7 of 9 to close that half out to give themselves a fighting chance moving forward. Actually turned into a great half for them.
Yeah, they did do a great job of coming back in the first half, but when you look across the game, actually SK had a poor start in both of those halves, and mostly they're themselves to blame, especially for that first half, winning pistol round, and then in the second round, very disjointed anti-force buy round. You saw Fur in checkers by himself being very aggressive, which is, you know, not necessarily weird for SK, but why not have the rest of the team behind him? Kenny S got 3 players singled out, 3 sick headshots with the Deagle, and that's what got G2 into that hot start.
Chad, can you talk about, I know just before you dive too deep into it, just touch on, I know in the back you mentioned the pace of SK was something that you hadn't normally seen from them on cash.
It seemed like they wanted to go to middle on the T side like a lot quicker than they normally do. Normally they default, they kind of bait out utility towards B. They just, you know, spam through smokes and stuff before they're going over the boost. They were doing that a lot earlier. Seeing that come in and then the 2 players, which was Shox and Apex playing close towards middle, that was an issue for them. Like you said in the green room, Yanko, they probably should have won that first gun round, but they didn't, and that's why the lead kind of spiraled in the favor of G2. In the long run of that first half, I feel that SK won the battle for mid. You know, they eventually got control and then they were able to exploit that and do some nice splits, force more players into mid, force players off of mid. They were dictating the pace in the end of that half, and if they had just got that off the first gun round, I think it could have been, you know, maybe even a 9-6, 10-5 first half for them.
I mean, for SK, that round won by Fur and Phelps. It was a 2v4 or a 2v3. They brought it back. That was the first gun round, basically, that they want not to get reset. You know, if it weren't for that round, G2 probably runs away with that first half. And I think both of these teams did a lot of preparation, obviously, for each other on this particular map, because I think the reason why SK was so aggressive initially is because they thought that they could be able to single out Shox and get an early advantage. And you could see when G2 switched to the T side, for example, going aggressive towards mid, or just the Apex. I don't think he had a sound cue for that boost. I think that's just him doing it, you know, blindly, because he knows that SK likes to go for it. Molotoving coldzera in that box in checkers all the time. He plays that position probably way too often. And again, Apex, knowing that Fur is going to push main, but Fur still in that one round manages to get the better of him.
I also love the way that G2 punished SK for force buying on their CT side. On the first gun round, they went to an execute, which means they have a game plan that knows that they're low on utility, knows that they can take advantage of that. So by doing an A execute on the first gun round on the T side, what it means is the CTs are, if they're stuck in the site, they don't have any utility to actually stop you getting out the choke point. They have to play a little bit aggressive. They have to force themselves into a limbo state where they push as your execute comes in, and that didn't come out from SK.
I think what's great for this series is that the stars are showing up for these teams. I mean, we saw that amazing round from Fallen towards the end with the AWP. You can see it on your screens now. Kenny S as well, having a great game with the AWP and also with the pistols that Force Buy was very, very important for G2. Shox finally showing up in this tournament. Second half, pistol, four kills and a 1v2. You could just see the fear he instills in his opponents. I think against any other player, Phelps hits the first out of the 3 shots in that round is won easily. But maybe because, you know, he's against Shox, he already got the one tap on his teammate, and in a 1v1 situation, maybe, you know, there's a little bit of jitters going on.
Yeah, and that pistol round won by Shox gets them on a 7-0 run to start out that second half. They eventually close it out. We said this was going to be a star-studded affair. The firepower on each side has been matched, but still the question remains, is coldzera going to show up here? They need him in Game 2, down 1 map. G2 versus SK. We'll be right back.
Athletes aren't just born. They're molded from the core. A core of strength. A core of laser focus. A core that can handle anything. A core that sweats the small stuff. A core that's the difference maker, game changer, world shocker. You see, hard work makes the athlete. But the edge of a Core i7 processor makes you unstoppable.
Get your team apparel now at shop.eslgaming.com.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Lenovo Legion, Xfinity, ESCA, Pay Safeguard, Mountain Dew League, Logitech G, and Zowie.
At the Verizon Theater, we're at the ESL Pro League Season 5 Finals. And it is the semifinals between G2 and SK. Map 1 goes the way of G2 on Cash. Important to note, that was SK's pick. And now we move on to Overpass.
Yeah, Overpass, a map that G2 has actually defeated SK on in that Star Series tournament in Kiev. At this tournament, G2 did fall to Immortals. So historically, a map that's also been very strong for SK, and they get to start on the CT side here.
Does SK gain anything from the confidence that this has always been a map where Fallen is just a specialist of? And we saw how well he played in map 1. If he's going to play like that on Overpass, surely this has just been his playground.
SK have this amazing aura to force people to make mistakes when they're retaking bomb sites, Fallen especially. With that B site, right, they don't really play on it too heavily like they used to. But when they're coming back in for that retake setup, the players are picking them when they shouldn't be. You know, Fallen's basically just waiting with the AWP, and they're offering himself up to him to get kills. So if SK can, keep that kind of stuff up, it's hard to do. But if they can keep that up, they're going to be in pretty good shape on their CT side.
Are we worried at all that coldzera still is not kind of showing up in the way we'd think?
Yep.
I mean, in the first map, he was the lowest rated player statistically for SK Gaming. So I think he plays a very important role towards that B bomb site. When they're aggressive towards A, they tend to play passive B, and that's where he needs to do a lot of work with Taco.
Now, Yeko, we're going to get into Overpass a little bit deeper now. I know you have a clip picked out that you wanted to show us.
Yes, this is the adjustment from G2 in day 2. From day 1, their aggression on Overpass. As you can see, they sent basically 4 players towards the A bomb site early on. We can pause it here. You can see how Kenny is actually the sole player towards the B bomb site with the AWP, Body and Apex in tandem pushing towards A long, Shocks towards mid, and MBK is by himself towards the connector area, just trying to buy time. We can play it out from here. The goal is to try and get an early advantage towards that A side of the map to fight the default from the T's. They have Kenny anchoring the B bomb site in case they go for a fast play towards B. He can get a kill or 2, and then they can play for the retake.
With how aggressive that is, it's an all-in in my mind. You know, they're going for those frags. They're trying to stop the T's before they have any stake in the round. Also finding out information if no one's there, right? So if you go that aggressive and you're using that many flashes to take fights, the round is either won or lost in that play.
We can pause it here real quick as well, so you can see the adjustment on the other side of things. Just Kenny by himself towards A. Now the rest of the team is towards B. Very important to know that Shocks is actually flashing for his teammates that are going to try and take control of water. So you can see how in the following gun round, we can play the rest of it here. They just adjust constantly. It's constant aggression from G2, and it's not just this. Just the early round aggression. On Overpass, they're actually very good at mid-round aggression, pop flashing out a monster, and just getting a lot of information on where their opponents are.
The difference is, for me, is G2 seem to be doing these things like a team, whereas SK, you watch them, it seems very individual, right? They're doing individual plays or maybe just in pairs. This seems like a whole unit. It seems they're working together, and it's well practiced.
Yeah, well, either way, we're going to see what they're up against now, because SK in the past, historically, this has been a phenomenal map for them. They need coldzera, though. Fallen can't do it alone on this map. We're going to get back with your casters, Sadicus and Henry G.
Back indeed, and we are going straight into Overpass. Yeah. I've got a sneaking suspicion. I know Fallen's so good at the park side. I know he's very good in the close range AWP. We know he's certainly back. I've got a sneaking suspicion G2 is going to steal this one away as well.
Just in terms of individual performances so far, G2 seem to have the upper hand, Matt. Like we said, coldzera still not really arriving. We thought playoffs might be different for him. It doesn't seem to be the case as of yet, but it is the second map. Headline is G2 picking up SK's pick. They're looking at the 2-0 here. This is their map pick. They did drop it to Immortals earlier in the tournament, but that was a rough day for them. We'll see whether they can recover here as we get into round number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, the second map of your first semi-final today, SK Gaming versus G2. You still with us? There we go. And it's going to be G2 starting on the T side here. 5 sets of armor. And SK, 4 sets for them. It's going to be Fallen with the defuse kit, a couple of flashbangs as well. Most teams favor towards the B side of the map here on Overpass. A little bit aggressive towards middle, trying to get some information here. And you can see them setting up for the B split. The boost coming in. Phelps gets the first headshot. coldzera chiming in as well, looking for a second. Taco steals it away.
I think Phelps got one of the 2. He missed a lot of shots, but it turns out it may not even matter. Look at this round. It's all SK until MBK finds 2 quick headshots. Yeah. They deal with that swiftly. Keep in mind, everyone this weekend playing on i7 quad cores. Things are going to be silky smooth for them, so Phelps has nothing to blame except for his accuracy on the first few shots that he missed, but made up for it.
Yeah, certainly did. The boost coming in from the CT side pistol, quite rare to see that, I have to say. Works out for them as well. Like we normally suggest, it's the B side of the map that the Terrors like to favor. Shut down there from aggression from short and the boost as well. It's going to be 5 SMGs for SK. I'm not a fan of this by myself. They do make it work, and we do not have the force buy from G2 here. Now, this is actually kind of interesting. They know going up against these SMGs, they can get kills our next round. So they don't get the bomb down, but they can still force buy into the third. It's a strategy that's used every now and then. Na'Vi sometimes use this, and it's very interesting to see how it pans out. It's a different approach to what we're used to. Normally, you'd force buying in the second round if the bomb's not planted. So G2 going out swinging in next round. So they want to keep their money about 1,500, because 1,900 on top. Next round means they get 3K, and that means they can get Galil head armor, which is exactly what that costs. So they'll have more firepower than SK going into round number 3, even though they got no plan.
Long angle for Phelps to hold from the window over toward B with an SMG, but meanwhile, it's the initial approach toward A.
This might sound A2's better finding the kills here. They want to keep these 5 SMGs alive. Don't let them upgrade to an M4. So they'd be fine if all 5 players going down and not getting anything done. If they get bombed out in that sort of idea as well, that's amazing.
That's what I was going to say. Somehow I feel like bomb plant is of greater interest based on their positioning, but a Molotov burns 3 apparently. What? I need to see that in replays.
That's actually good though, because they don't give
the SMG
UMP money. So they might just be jumping in those flames and thinking, you know what, let's just die to this. Let's just die to this. You can't type kill in spawn anymore like you used to at the beginning of CSGO, but you can jump in the fire and deny the extra money bonus. If they did that, that's next level strategies.
That is pretty cool.
Can you imagine
that's what one with the SMG?
Yeah.
It's kind of curious that he found 3. So
I'm going to ask him after this. Did you do that on purpose? That'd be insane.
All right, tweet it out. Everyone follow at, what is it, at Henry GCSGO?
That's the one.
All right. He'll tell you if he did it or not.
Thank you so much. Well, here we go. Like we said, the third round force buy. Quite rare to see this in CSGO. 4 Galils. Rare to see this in CSGO. 4 Galils. NBK with a couple of kills in the pistol means he can get the AK-47 out. That's an extra $600 for him. We'll see where this works out. They don't want to fire any shots yet. They want to make this a surprise. They've got this weaponry going forward. I think SK might have a sneaking suspicion, seeing as they had no armor and just glocked up against them in the previous round. We'll see where that comes into fruition as we get into a more interesting moment here. Just looking for any CT aggression. That's Apex hunting towards the toilet area and connector itself. I think there are 2 CTs waiting on the other side. NBK to strike first, finds Phelps. Apex the refrag, looking very promising now.
Sit tight. In the bathrooms, body getting closer. Having those SMGs could hinder them, as you mentioned. And again, G2, just to note, has gone with 3 Galils, so they are leading off toward the rifles, the secondary rifles instead. This tournament's going to have some good statistics for us when we look back on it and see how the UMP was used and utilized, or whether or not it lost its effective range. Good crossfire in the way. It's in Kenny. Good crossfire in the way through takedown Taco. He only manages 1 kill. Furs left against 3. You mentioned it. They haven't gotten a lot of SMG reward money. Only get 2 kills in this round. 1 SMG kill in the last out of the ones that existed.
Yeah, they did jump in the fire. That's so smart. Knowing they can't do anything with it, just deny that kill reward. 3 players surviving it for G2, so this interesting strategy working out for them. I like it a lot. Knowing that SK, we've commented a million times, Matt, they're saying that SK like to go for those 5 UMPs on the second round, especially on the CT side. I'm not a fan of it myself, because you're limited once you go up against the rifles. The bomb does go down that pistol, but you can see how it's about to harm SK here. Going forward, the money's still reasonable. They can definitely get a buy, but G2 find round number 3 there. Headshots coming in towards connector, the refrag going in their favor. And did they jump in on purpose? I think they did, yeah, look at it. They definitely did, Matt. They're just definitely killing themselves.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's so next level. Imagine they did that and then someone snuck into B and planted. That would have been like the perfect way to lose a round.
Yeah, that's so cool.
If you're going to lose, that's how you
I don't have to ask them anymore. So there we go. It's been answered for us.
That's so smart.
There we go. Well, round number 4. Of course, we do have SK with another buy here, fallen with the AWP. Famous, a rare appearance, and that's kind of had a resurgence of this event, obviously with the UMP nerf. We'll get into that later. And Taco coming out from which his weapon. So it's going to be a couple of M4s here. And we'll see whether SK can pull this one back. Still with 2 Galils, that's G2. No all for them as of yet. They still have 4 smokes remaining, but Fallen gets the first shot, but refract by body. Advantage still lies in the T's for now.
First quick check toward long. SK trying to extend the series. Just joining us, map 2.
Yeah, Kenny's just found an AWP as well. This is looking very good now for G2.
And he's going to sit and wait and watch bathroom connection as well. So if Fur pushes through to try and get further information, he'll walk into the crosshairs. Depends on how long Kenny wants to wait around for it, because Fur doesn't need to force the issue early. There's still a minute to work with. He's comfortable just checking out toward long instead, but whose patience wears thin first? Because Kenny's moved off, it seems like his will. Fur's not gone toward the door. You can hear them rotating back from the party. So he's actually in an okay position, but this will be the flash in body to go around the corner. And Fur needs to anticipate it, doesn't, blind it up, taken down. Very good teamwork from G2.
Oh, you say that, they headshot each other at the same time as well.
True enough. Just a pat on the back, Henry.
Yeah, well, there you go. Body gets 2 frags. He's doing well this round. It's at the Phelps now. There's no refrag. Why is MBK there by himself? They need to make sure that kill's answered back straight away. Phelps gets gifted one. Now it's down to a 3-on-3 shot, so cleaning things up. Phelps still alive. He might be the difference maker here, but Body finally gets him at 2 versus 1 now. coldzera, no kit. Pretty far removed from the situation right now. He's got a flashbang to work with. Unlikely he wins this. Body with 3 frags so far. Now the bomb's down in the open. Kenny S on the AWP as well. I don't see how coldzera wins this. Let's see what he can bring to the table.
Double smoked off as well toward dumpster stairwell. So he goes to the bank instead. Don't know that he'll be able to withdraw much as he starts to work in. Checks both ways. Famas, again, you mentioned it at range. Flash through. I think back off. That's it.
Yeah, he's done.
No kit, no chance.
Very nice run there from G2. Slow and methodical, getting that first pick on Fallen as well. That was instrumental.
Interestingly enough, he did pick up a kit on that stairwell. And if he'd gotten that sooner, I wonder if it would have changed his thoughts.
I think so. Once that bomb's down in the open, you know Kenny's got the AWP. You never get out of duel to it. They might as well save the armor. Got the kit, like he said, that's $400 picked up, essentially. And once that bomb goes down, he didn't really have a chance. Great run from Body. Although he did headshot his teammate, it was all fine in the end. Good flashbangs, good teamwork overall with G2. After losing the pistol, looking very strong here. This should be the eco now from SK Gaming. They saved the Fama short. They're going to be dropping that, and coldzera buys at UMP. Are they going to force it? I'll have a look. It looks like they are all in, Matthew. I'm not sure I agree with this one. Fallen, he'll be joining as well. Everyone down to $0 here. So a Famas, 3 UMPs. Taco, he's on the CZ. They've got a few smokes to work with, 1 kid as well from the previous round. coldzera got that. Shoxy with the Max 10 once again. Up against armored players this time. Fallen's the only CT side player with no head armor. So that Mac 10 is not going to be... Okay, shut up, Henry. It's going to be absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. He'll get a kill towards short.
8 HP left for him, but it's job done for that gun.
Yeah.
Q in the rest of SK, or Q out rather. A rather dull outro, as it's just cold remaining.
Yeah, I didn't think Shoxy would manage to crack open the B side like that, but they've gone 1 step further and killed 4 players. Just holding up, once that first kill that came in, holding the key choke points, waiting for the reactions there, and it's going to be coldzera left towards short. Shoxy's there by himself. Looks like coldzera's just holding a triangle. He actually didn't hear Shoxy go past, it seems. So he'll be holding up. The bomb should eventually make his way towards A, because Shoxy's made his way through CT spawn. So he'll call, yep, let's get the bomb over here. It's absolutely fine. But he also said the B side was open. So they're not 100% sure where they'll be going with this, but it should be all for naught. They might give a kill away, depending if they go towards B. Just biding their time, though. They want to make sure everything's absolutely fine. MBK going for the connector. That should suggest, beg your pardon.
Use your words.
Yeah, I'm trying. Still early. Then they'll go towards the A side. They'll be absolutely fine now. Well, coldzera, not really much he can do about this one. He'll just be holding up outside short with the Famas in hand, and it should be almost certainly an eco going forward. It'll be a 3rd stage loss bonus after this one. So $2,400 on top of the Famas. It will be an eco for sure. Maybe some P250s. coldzera might as well save the lesser rifle. Like we said, let's just discuss this for a second. The Famas has a bit of a resurgence in this tournament map, basically because the UMP has been nerfed somewhat. We still see a lot of UMPs, but it's not as powerful at range as it once was, like last week. So that's why we see the Famas coming in. It's a few hundred, well, it's actually a considerable amount more than the UMP. That's the main problem for me, that the fact the UMP is still 1,200 and the Famas is still 2,200. So I think that gap needs to be bridged slightly, and then we'll be in the right sort of place.
We'll see what the statistics say. Right now it says Phelps is the only one getting any kills for SK. He's up to 9. I think the next best on his team is 2.
Yep, that's right. 9 for Phelps, 2 for Taco, 2 for coldzera. Fallen, 1 for 4. We need him to step up here, but G2.
They did gift, remember, Phelps 3 kills in the flames.
That's true. Yeah, he did get 3 for absolutely nothing, though. They committed suicide by jumping in the flames. That's the first time I've seen that in CSGO. That's actually, if you think about it, it's a really smart idea. Limits the CTs going forward, and you know you can't win the round.
Everyone in matchmaking after watching this is going to go voluntarily suicide.
Don't
it's
do
situational.
Yeah, let's make that clear. Don't just think that's a clever idea.
MBK takes down Taco. Good start again, G2 against pistols this time. Not much to battle against, but first still manages 1 on the P250. And he's in position that he could swing back around and try and capitalize toward bathrooms as such. They have to leave Body in an angle that he can cover that position off. They've lost Body. They've lost Apex. That's bomb down. And Fur has a weapon to work with. He's got an AK. That's tremendous job by him.
Yeah, and it seems G2 got a bit ahead of themselves in that round, 1 by 1 towards key points in the map as well, not trading. That should be the headline. That's what you should be aiming for on these anti-eco rounds. If you go into a key position, you need to be having 2 players there to get the refrag to avoid this being a potential. Now Kenny S, low HP, knows that there's a player on the other side towards long. I don't think he can get him. He's stuck in such a difficult position. His teammate on the other side of the map, Phelps, almost guaranteed this frag. There it is, easy kill. And now it's up to Shoxy, who is the clutch master. With this so much time remaining, maybe he can cause some damage here. But they've got the all picked up, the AK-47, and they've got the bomb. And as you would say, Matt, the trifecta of doom set up around it.
That is definitely what I would say, Henry. You are dead right, but take away 1 point on the triangle. Shox gets Fur down. They're going to slowly work back out. He's got 19. This should end in favor of SK. Cold makes sure of it. So good recovery, all things considered, when we just talked about the lack of frag distribution on the SK side, the lack of money. This buys them right back into it.
Yeah, I want to see that shot from Fallen if possible. That USB from the H site, it looked like that was about 50 meters as well. Blows off the head of the T coming out towards middle, and I think that was a bit of a sloppy round from G2. A wake-up call perhaps, because they shouldn't really be giving that away. We get to the first real gun round here now. It's round number 7, 3-3. Fallen back on the AWP, of course. Kenny S will be challenging him as well. Aggressive play towards the steps area is what he's known for, and narrowly misses out on that shot. I thought that was destined to be a kill, but can't quite land it. It's going to be 1:35 remaining. More of a default setup now, and Shoxy, of course, he finds the first headshot. He takes down coldzera towards Monster, I believe, as well. That was smoked off. I'd have to see that from his POV to see how that went down.
Spray through and Fallen, not taking any damage, has a nice gap to work toward long. They won't expect this, even flashing through. Ooh, Wald clipped it because Body goes to 19. Even flashing through, you wouldn't cover that angle traditionally with the way the pop flash goes in there. So it's quite smart. Architect of his own play with the smoke down, but unfortunately can't land a shot at completion. Spray through, and Phelps comes out with some heavy damage on 46. Rotate back over to B as well with the man down. They've spread the defense very thin. Fallen's going to try and be dynamic and get in a position to cover that from window, but it doesn't take much.
That's where he got the kill, is the boost spot. coldzera is jumping up. coldzera got his head blown off by Shoxy, so very nice stuff there. That's a difficult shot to hit.
Down, Fallen, rotating around. We said he did so early, gets in a good position. He's also spotted one at sandbags. He'll flash over, though. He's caught by the second one. He won't have the angle to work with. Neither will Taco. He's forced out, but they line up! Best case scenario for Taco is he's completely caught and manned by a Molotov, but Shox has done a great job getting back into the site to find 2. It's Fur to clutch back. Full kits, full defuse kit. As if you could have a half defuse kit, Henry.
Yeah, right.
But he's definitely got a chance in this one, unlike Cold in his clutch, so... He works his way through, smoke in his hands. They're both gonna wrap around behind him and go toward the sandbags, get the straight lineup. He's gotta be quicker. If he doesn't have a smoke down or he's not ready for this angle, doesn't consider the fact that they have rotated, he's a sitting duck. And they're just gonna wait for him to go for the bomb.
He could Molotov towards short and have a real chance of winning this one. Apprehensive for now, time ticking away. I think he needs to strike at this point. Molotov short, smoke the bomb, this could be it.
No, they went early. Smoke didn't even have time to bloom and Shox reads it. Very well done, G2. And as you say, apprehensive from Fur.
Here we go, this is the shot we missed. Oh, that's lovely from Shox. Opens up that B bomb site, spreads the defense thin. Taco with a great effort there. The flashbang all over the place. Apex manages to take him down in the end, and he got another great shot towards Fallen. That was pretty much around as a 2v1 there for Fur on his screen right now, but unfortunately for him, quite slow in his decision-making process. If he just takes a gamble, throws the smoke on top of the bonfires, baits one of them out, then the incendiary coming in. That could have been an idea. But for now, another eco for SK Gaming. Scout of a Fallen, and he's so good at that weapon. Takes down Kenny S, who had the AWP as well. 5-4 once again. Are G2 going to struggle in these anti-eco situations?
BK getting closer to where Fur actually won this battle last time. P250, he may do it again. Headshot, there he gets it. But good and swift for Apex to make his way back into the stairs. So no gun grabbed. No further threat. A lot of map opened up, although we still sit even keel. Apex changes that by obliterating Fallen on entry. He'll wrap around and try and catch Taco in transition. Does so successfully. And Body will close the round, get some money on the MAC-10.
Pretty brutal stuff there from Apex. He's looking pretty crispy today. 5-3 now. Here's the replay of the Scout headshot. Through the smoke of the HE grenade as well. That's really nice stuff from Fallen there. And it's going to be a mishmash buy from the CT side. Fallen, AWP, but no armor. That's an issue. Similar story for the other players as well. They're lacking the firepower. It's going to be Fur and Phelps down to those SMGs. Smokes in towards T-steps, and looks like Fallen wants to try and get that pick once again. Holding the bathrooms for now, seeing if anyone walks into his crosshair. They'll be holding towards Playground, watching Long A, and Shoxy once again up towards Shore, being a nuisance as ever.
Taco playing at the barrels. Great passive positioning, but they have Phelps and Cold also inside of the site, so they're ready for a push onto the B side. Relying then on Fallen's AWP to hold off A alone. In fact, Fur's rotating around as well. He's going to have some company. They've got to be on top of this, especially with Fur only on the SMG.
Yeah, for sure. No real damage inflicted as of yet. They're leaving Shoxy to anchor this position. You can see on the sandbags right now, listening for any sort of sound cues, nuances, something that gives him information here while his teammates make their way towards A. Even if he stays there, he can come in for a great backstab if they get the bomb down. That's a big if, as Fallen's waiting for them, and he misses a shot there. A rare miss from Fallen. He normally nails those all day long. And it's going to be a 5-on-5 for now. 45 seconds remaining, and MBK might just give his frag away. The smoke's starting to be deployed here on the A site.
Fallen forced out of position. Still has an angle to work with. Somehow hits that as the flash comes in. Good timing. And Fur is able to take down Apex. That'll allow all things to go the way of SK. Taco finding one as well. Finally a response. The first answered kill. Kenny actually wins the battle on a Tech 9. That gives MBK further room to work with already at the top of the stairs in the site, but he's got to go back to grab the bomb. 15 seconds. Kenny has to hold off. Swift as ever. MBK trades it though, so he's still in this with a chance, but Cold Zero wins the exchange. And we get one closer to a tie game yet again, early, just as we were in the last map.
Yeah, comes down to Fallen there, missing a couple of shots to kick things off, and the final execution comes towards A. Molotov out of position, he starts hitting them though, and it comes down to the 1v1. The thing is, SK, sure they win the round, but only one player surviving as well. G2 have tons of money going forward here in round number 10. Looking at SK, they've got UMPs, M4s, and Fallen once again on the glass cannon. So this is a problem. Lose one round, they're in double eco territory, so you need to be very careful here. Fur aggressive towards middle, trying to find his first pick. Snuck into a decent aggressive spot here. That backline position means you can hide from the initial encounters of the T. He's going to sit behind the fountain for now. Body seems to be aware and got his crosshair in that sort of position. We'll see whether he comes around and pre-fires this. It's Apex first. They seem to be aware. Takes him down 5-on-4 just like that. Bit of a gamble to go in that sort of position, especially got the SMG as well. You're trying to get one kill and shut down any full execution potential from the T sides.
Push forward, G2, marching on. Quick to take long and control of the bathrooms area. Not every single round, but a few, at least 3 times they've gotten out there quite convincingly with that many kills.
Yeah, well the good news is Shoxy's with them this time. He's not anchoring a B. There's going to walk up contact play all the way up long as well. Shoxy's made a good smoke to CT's waiting from bathroom. Fallen starting to hit shots, so this is a problem as he finds 2.
That second one was so fast. MBK takes him down. Second player fell to him as well. No, he didn't. Phelps is still in the corner. I thought he'd gone down. He's managed to get the kill on MBK. At first, he was the rear guard for Fallen. MBK managed to slip by him with the smoke down. Apex will retake the position in which Phelps just died, and with the bomb planted, a 2 versus 2. With one kit, it's only in the hands of Taco and Kenny. He's rotating out to get the default position on the AWP. There is a flash, but no smoke.
Yeah, that's a problem.
If there was a smoke, it would be better because of exactly that AWP, but the AWP's gone. Taco, what a shot! He nails Apex as well. Cold's gone down to the nade, but Taco's the one with the kit, so he can easily find it, thankfully, inside of the smoke.
I'm just wondering why Kenny S has anything to do with that round. It's an amazing shot from Taco, sure. But Kenny S, his teammate can listen up when the bomb's being touched. They had a perfect setup there, and there was a bit of a stab in T-spawn, apparently. Fallen with 2 fast shots. That was amazing. But the thing is, they had no smokes, no flashbangs, right? His teammate, I'm talking about Kenny S, his teammate can just hold there, hiding, telling, okay, they're on the bomb right now take a face. And he's just in the open, gets his head blown off, and that's a huge round for SK to pick up. Like we said, if they lose that, that's double eco. And now G2, their money's been heavily affected by that previous one. They will partial buy into this one. They keep the money about $1,000 per player. Body with a bit more, he'll be getting the AK-47 out. They have got full execution potential here as well with the smoked flashbangs, CZs. And let's see whether they can get rolling here, but Fallen seems to be getting to the swing of things now. Takes another off shot as he finds MBK.
Kenny, quick check to the jump spot. Continues to
Evaluate slowly with the Tech 9 by himself as well, but getting some control of the water position they could start to execute with the smokes they do have. Pop flash in, Apex didn't really look away from his own flash, but fancies his chances. One spotted, I'm sure Apex spotted it toward jungle before the smoke deployed. Seeing on the boost as well, he gets a few shots in. But still SK that find the majority of the kills. Body only managing one on his AK. Apex. Nifty. He's got an AK to work with. Has head armor in this. Very, very tall order. Good shot on Cold. Looks again to try and find Fallen backing away inside of the window position. And they're getting more and more timid on the SK side. Another headshot potentially. He hits this. Oh. We have a round. Fallen makes the right call and just keeps his head down. No need to lose in that exchange early because bomb goes down after that, and Apex can easily swing to win it. They do show some patience and discipline, and they'll pull back the round, and they'll take a lead, 6-5. So SK, much like they did on Cash, fall down early and then pull it back.
Dicey there. It's going to be that partial buy from G2. Smokes towards the B side. We normally say on most maps, the B execution on those sort of limited rounds means you can normally get the bomb down. That happens, but it's down to that amazing shot from Apex to take Cold Zera. Pretty comfortable from that point. Taco and Fallen, they're sticking together, making sure they don't give anything away. The Orbs of Ice, and same story for the AK-47 as well. G2 with the plant down, an extra $800 per player. So they'll be pretty comfortable in terms of money going forward, but that's now 3 rounds in a row for SK. If you are just joining us, the first map, which was SK's pick, went in favor of G2, 16-12, I believe. And we thought they might just run away with it on Overpass here. It was a great start, and they did have a nice, considerable lead, but now that's slipping away as SK Gaming take the scoreline to 6-5 here. Falling towards B this time, and this is a run boost coming in. I like the look of this. It's successful, but no one waiting on the other side. That could be very difficult to deal with. But now, though, default round, we have got 2 players from the CT side in towards Connector. That's Phelps and Fur. He's getting a lot of intel here. This is very promising for them. The fact is that Connector's open, and now Body's gone down as well. Oh, almost a double kill for Fallen there while blind. Doesn't quite pull the trigger in time.
That would have been massive and heart-wrenching for G2 in this round.
Yeah.
Phelps is in a good spot. Very good spot. Apex thinks this is all clear. He's alone, so he's just playing it by himself. Head was down. I was going to call for his teammates to rotate by the looks of things as well, because Kenny's got the bomb heading that direction, and Phelps foils all plans. Fur is also trying to be sneaky and get behind them, but he's spotted. Oh, Phelps gets through, and Kenny had no idea that he was there. Quick greeting. Phelps gets away with 100 HP. The bullets just flew over his head. He's going to re-smoke off in bathrooms and continue to be a nuisance with that bomb down inside of the smoke as well. Chalks is going to ignore him. He's got confidence in MBK to win that duel. And as soon as he does, that means he could actually surprise them in the site and be a lot closer than they anticipate. Or this. Phelps backs up, back turned. Chalks, easy kill. Swing out, no one else exposed.
Yeah, now we've got something.
And now we don't.
Indeed, Cold Zera ready and waiting for that one. It's going to be the 3 versus 1 now. 15 seconds remaining, not really much MBK can do here. Maybe find one more kill. That would be something, but he will not be getting this plant down from what I can see. That's a good start. Smoke and CT spawn might give him something to work with here, but that's it. Round over, has to try and go for the plant. Taco ready and waiting towards the truck. Finds it, 7-5 now. That's actually going to be 4 rounds in a row for SK. And I think this is the tactical pause coming in from G2. Shoxy's called it. Here's the run boost map. This is quite nifty, but no one waiting on the other side. But he did get a kill after he managed to get himself in that turret position. So the pause coming in. In terms of the money for G2, it's not looking great. They only have the max, well, not even maximum, so 4 stage loss bonus to work with, which is $2,900. That's pretty much all they've got to work with. I think they have to take an eco here and allow SK to find round number 8 and winning the half. Indeed, it is a CT-sided map. G2 won't be feeling the pressure too much here, but there are some big rounds, especially that eco as well, that they gave away. That was quite disappointing, quite a sloppy round, and that could cost you maps against a team like SK Gaming.
Nice spinner, Taco. Way to be trendy.
Yeah, living up to the memes.
Yep.
Is he embracing the meme, though, or is he a slave to it?
He's probably a slave to the meme.
Okay, just, I know you have a rating system for memes, so.
Yeah, get back to you on that one.
Well, it looks like, okay. We've gone all in. G2 have managed to get 2 AKs here. Upgraded pistols as well, a couple of smokes to work with. Molotov towards short for now, but they're looking at that first pick once again. Presumably, let one of the rifles face the jump spot. It's going to be Shoxy feeling brave, and no one going to be waiting on the other side. This will be maybe a contact B play with, oh, Taco spots him with a couple of smokes deployed at the same time.
MBK, though, even though he spotted them heading that direction. Cold gets a glance. That's enough for him to find the kill through the smoke. But speaking of, they've smoked off Phelps at Heaven, so bomb gets planted. It has to be another retake again against Pistols. 2 AKs to go along with it this time, though. Strengthens it considerably. And Apex and Shox are the two on the Pistols. Apex is up close when they wrap around from jungle, and Shox is anticipating Fur, or rather I should say someone, to rotate around from behind. It is Fur, but Phelps is the one that starts off well, getting in through. Dropping down though, MBK finds him. MBK still in it with a fight. Another clutch situation where he has a chance in it, but Fallen has enough and spots him up. Fur's able to take the wall bang.
Yeah, nice wall bang there as well, just in the nick of time. You can see the bomb getting to the tail end of its time there. So that could have been a little bit interesting there for G2. They managed to get the bomb down and a few kills as well. Here's the retake, a little boost coming in from G2. Shut down by Phelps. Some acrobatics out of that balcony position. Finds 2 kills and pretty much wins the round for his team. Money available for G2 once again. Their maximum loss bonus coming in with the bomb down as well. Means they get the AWP out once again. As you can see, Kenny S not really turning up to this map so far. Matt, 3 kills and 10 deaths. On the other side, Fallen with 10. So you to keep track of the AWP jewels there. We'll be looking towards middle for now. SK Gaming have won the half, 8-5. G2 looking to pick up the last 2 here. Another missed shot there from Kenny. He doesn't miss those every day.
No.
That was quite an easy one by his standards.
He was quite confident in it too, because as soon as he shot, he started flicking back to the right, so he'd expected to hit.
Yeah.
And he does not, but it's Fallen that gets Apex back as a result of it. So think of what that changes. It could have been a 5-on-4 for G2 instead.
Well. 5-on-4. CTs can fall back to the bomb site to this point. Don't need to overcommit, but he fancies a bit of the action. Takes down Body, and now surely he'll be falling back. He's taking the bomb down as well. Good incendiary. Kenny S is hoping he can get something going there, but takes a lot of damage. Hoping the CT refaces. Bomb still down. We have got one player sneaking towards B. That's going to be Shoxy, of course. He's known to do this, and Taco seems to be aware, but he has snuck by.
Oh, Taco. He spotted him the first time and then took the shot. I'm surprised Taco kept going for it, but obviously didn't see him. Cold will back off the jungle. Dodges the first flash. Shox is trying to hold position to get his team into place. The bomb's coming through Monster now. I don't think Shox has spotted Cold in this position. It's not like Cold could do much of it from down below in the pit. Fallen makes a great entry back toward the site. Kenny's the one he finds as well, so the AWP gone to the T side. Another 4 versus 2 favoring SK on the retake. Shox this time is the one to start off again. MBK's gonna play it from ramp, and again, 2 headshots. But again, the round to SK.
Close but no cigar once again for MBK. 2 kills, both headshots as well. He's been great recently in the clutches, especially online, but can't find one hit on overpass. It's gonna be SK Gaming extending their lead to 9 rounds to 5. G2, maximum loss bonus and the bomb down once again, so he can certainly buy into this one. Another B play there. That was Shoxy. After losing the first 2 frags, he sneaks in towards the B site and makes it a possibility. Finds Taco, great shot there, smokes towards Heaven, calls for his teammates to come in. The bomb's planted, and the retake definitely thwarted, but overall, it's SK Gaming to win yet another clutch. Double orb setup to finishes off here on the CT half. Cold Zero and Fallen this time. Body looking towards middle. Smoke's been deployed. No orbs on the T side, and maybe it's not really working out for Kenny S's, but Cold Zero this time striking first. He takes down Shoxy, 5-4, just to note. Kenny S, 3 kills, 11 deaths.
Fallen and Fur going together this time in tandem toward long. Pull this back. Fallen has to hit those. Another miss, but somehow Body, in jumping out like that, exposed himself to Fur. So that's why they go together. It works. First locked in between the giant column, if you will. The garden at the party.
Looking disappointing now for G2, but they do find the HE kill towards Fur. Finally taken down, but look at the damage being inflicted. 2 kills found, and MBK down to 25 HP as well. They've got no real map control here. MBK's in connector, sure, but they need to get to the bomb sites. Time's still fine. It's just under 1 minute. Apex towards long, the bomb's in middle, and Fallen. Such a scary prospect going up against him. Always guaranteed to be finding frags here. Baiting his teammate in. Phelps as well. Kenny S encroaching towards the mid area. Phelps smokes him out.
No, we didn't make it in the last game, by the way.
Yes, go on.
The first 8, there was no T rounds won against SK. Last game, they struggled to close down G2's T side. This time, doing a little bit better off and Fallen again. This is his position, but Apex gets him better on the second peak. Thankfully, Kenny's found by Phelps from that perspective, because even though Apex gets to the site, There's nothing to play for. It's 10-5. SK take control and a commanding control of the first half.
Absolutely. After having a really impressive third round force buy, we saw that Molotov play. It looked like G2 were going to run away with it, but SK looking very dominant towards the end.
To beat G2 in the semifinals and go to the grand finals, it's going to be a dream for us. I think we grow in a big stage.
I think it's not the real truth. From what I know, like they're using, they're talking to the media or stuff, getting like, yeah, we are ready, we are really strong, we're gonna win. But it's just some hype. But I don't think they're really feeling confident going against us. I think they have definitely something wrong against us. It's not like the French style or something like this. So he's saying this, but I think he is really scared about us.
I think every ESL Pro League that I played, I got to the grand finals. The first one we won, the second one we lost, was the tough one in Brazil. And the third one, I want to keep the same thing. I want to go to the grand finals. It's going to be insane for me.
I think, first of all, we just have to remember why we are here. It's because we love this game, we have the passion on it.
Yeah, we played against G2 many times. We know how they play, they are really aggressive, so we know how they play, so it's a good thing for us.
I think they have way more pressure than us, because they are definitely the favorites compared to us.
Actually, G2 against SK is one of the best matchups in CSGO, I think. Both good teams, good aimers. We have Shocks, we have KNS, we have Code Zero, we have Fallen, so it's gonna be insane.
I mean, just make the best team can win. Like, you have some teams when you lose, like you are angry against yourselves, I would say. But I definitely don't have it against SK. I just want the best team to win.
Yeah, well, every tournament we play to lift the trophy. That's the main challenge for us. I think the last times we played against G2, we lost. So now it's our time.
When you are coming up to the goal, which is like lifting the trophy, you can sometimes having some fear about the win, you know. Like, you want to win, but you want so much badly to win that you are not playing as good as you should. So if we go to the final, I think we'll need to be definitely focused on this point.
Like, I love to play in a big stage with a big crowd. I think it's really special, and like I said, we grow when we see a lot of people screaming, and I hope they root for us. We are Brazilians, but we live here in North America, so we are really happy that they support us, and I hope they do in the semi-finals, in the grand finals, if we go to the grand finals.
Playing a Brazilian team here in Dallas, I think they will definitely have the crowd with them. So it's gonna be really hard, but anyway, like, every people who will be cheering for us, like, thanks for your support, and I hope we'll have a good show here.
Well, there you have it. Quite a bit of information from either team, and I like that Taco says they enjoy playing in front of a crowd. North American crowd, no less, but he considers it at home. I don't know how they feel about that. I'm sure they're all behind Liquid, but
I think everyone
this side
knows
of the bracket,
yeah.
Back in Dallas as well, of all places, historic. Tradition was carried on in a more subtle fashion. There was closed door lands with ESEA through their pro seasons, or invite seasons, I should say, until the inception of this league.
Well, there you have it. 10-5 in favor of SK Gaming. They switch over to the T side here. 3 sets of armor, but Body, he's not messing around. Wants that first shot. Spots a couple of players doing damage here, and no one finding a frag just yet, but Body finally nails it. He's going to be Ferg going down. 5 on 3 now as he gets the second and the third.
Nearly takes his teammate as well as he gets some damage in, but Apex doesn't mind. He'll go around the corner and still find what is the 4th kill of the round as Taco takes down Shocks. It's the only kill thus far from SK. All G2.
Yeah, absolutely. Body with 3 kills there. Coming out the trap, swinging. It's going to be Taco remaining now. 4 versus 1 at this point. Hope the CTs make a mistake and you get to farm some cash, maybe get a couple of kills, and you can run towards the other site. Very unlikely. The bomb down. You don't need to work hard here as the CT side. KNS coming from T-Sport as well, trying to be as quiet as possible. This is what Taco's hoping for, though. You can see him holding up in that position. KNS is going to find him, though. Try and stay alive. He might get taken down, gets a dink there, but finally gets the shot required. G2 there, quite a clinical pistol round. Body especially missing a few shots. It's a little bit messy at the start, but then makes up for it in the end after he manages to get 2 more with that first frag. That's an amazing shot, the second one. Great work. Another headshot for him.
Yep.
Likes it.
Certainly does. That splits our pistols. Ooh. DJ.
Remix.
Prius back there. They go 2-2 on pistols is where I was going with that statement. So they've split them. The difference is, of course, in the first game, G2 obviously won a force buy. No one else has done that yet. We'll see if that changes now with SK. As they get quickly to the outside of B. They haven't penetrated through just yet. Outside of the monster tunnel is where the bomb is. They'll go in from bags instead to close off the angle, but Body, again, showing off the headshots.
Absolutely, looking very good in these first 2 rounds. Bomb will be planted though, so something to work for with SK here. We're going to see whether they can do anything more. No frag contained just yet. Good damage towards Shoxy, but the round, let's say, is coming to its logical conclusion here as MBK gets the 4th and Body with the 5th. It's going to be him with 3 kills in total that round, same as he did in the pistol as well. Something to really rack them up now. Defuse comes in, good news for SK Gaming after that force buy. They do manage to get the bomb down. There will be eco into round number 3, but they'll have a nice, decent buy in number 4. So a chance now for G2 to calibrate themselves and find some frags. Objective, keep 5 players alive. There's a replay from Body from that upper area, finding 2 crisp headshots. So more partial stuff from SK Gaming here. They won't get armor, they'll get Deagles, PT-50s, and 1 Tech 9 as well. Felt picks up a smoke. Like we said, a chance for GT to just try and keep 5 alive, allow Shoxy maybe to get the kills here. He's got the SMG, if you're not aware. Maybe a new viewer, CSGO. If you get the kills with the lesser weaponry like the SMGs, it's worth $600 per kill, and M4 is $300. Oh, like that.
Very quick indeed. Fallen tries to do anything he can, bombs down. That's going to be the round already. Nothing that they can do about it. Phelps especially locked off toward the stairwell. And he closes it. Very fast round. So thank you very much for honoring the proceedings and getting us back to level head where we'll pick up AWPs. Just one of them, I should say, for Fallen. And 4 AKs to go along with it. Decent utility on all except for Fallen. They've got 4 smokes to work with.
Yeah, a bit of a bonus round situation here for G2. All 5 players surviving the previous round. The Famous is finding gun rounds, but not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. So they'll be keeping those up. And Shoxy with the UMPs. If they win this round, they're right back into this. They'll shut down the money of SK going forward, and as their accounts begin to swell. We'll see if it works out for them. It's round number 19 here. Body pushing off towards short, and he's with MBK as well. This is very common when you have this sort of bonus round like I just described. You want to try and find the first kill, get the early advantage in your favor. They're actually fully committing to this as well, heading towards T-spawn. There is a player waiting for them, and it's going to be Taco in a very defensive position. He might find both kills there.
Might indeed. It's quite a good angle. Very defensive, but it's a hard shot. MBK shows us why. Headshot for him, and Kenny adds to that total. So Taco anticipated correctly that G2 would get aggressive, saving weapons over. But it doesn't seem to make much difference. They do have the advantage now because they'll thin the defense considerably. Peculiar position as well for Apex in that regard. Shox will play backside, and he'll have to swing back through and try and pinch them in, which he could well do. Even that Fallen as an AWP, he's realized Shox is crossed. He's ready for a jump, and I don't think Shox is going to be a fool enough to do so.
Yeah, CT players will jump to try and get information there, but coldzera is encroaching on the bomb site. He should be able to take this frag down, no problem. It's going to be indeed happening. coldzera finds it, and Apex equals things up. 2-on-2 now.
Cold, yeah, slipping in, did find that kill just as we jumped away, and Cold's going to find another. Reads that Apex is toward long, all onto MBK.
He's had so many clutches.
Very close. You'd think that eventually one's going to go his way. Planting for default. Molotov to go behind them. That forces them left on their exit, which means they go right into his crosshair, but Fallen's too quick. And SK find round 11, their first of the T side.
They keep SK honest there with this coming down to a 1v1, but MBK, once again, another 2-on-1 situation when he gets the first kill, then shut down the final hurdle there. It's Fallen hitting another fantastic shot. The AWP finds the first gun round for SK Gaming. Plenty of money available for G2s. We have another gun round going forward. Fur only with a Tech 9. That cannot be right. And apparently it is. That's all he's got. Pistol going into round number 20. Like we said, it came down to the 1v1 in the end. So that's all he's got to work with. They'll need to find the opening pick to get him a weapon. And more aggressive plays here from G2. Apex and Body ready along. They might flash over. Shoxy's joining them as well. Waiting for a flashbang, something to work with here. Not committing just yet. We go towards B. That's where it's looking like the bomb will be heading forward just to keep these guys entertained on the other side of the map.
He's going to rotate around as well, speaking of him. With B all but wide open, it's Kenny. Formidable force alone to solo hold with an AWP. One's gotten by in the flash. One crouches under. What an accurate shot as he had to line that up on just the forehead of Phelps. Falling Fallen gets the shot back on MBK as he rotates in, but that means AWP if Kenny is still in position. Good read for Fallen, as he's still waiting for the rotations to come around from behind them. He'll go down, long way from the site. He's bought a lot of time and space. He's bought position for Fur, but somehow he doesn't win the exchange. He's only tagged body with 1 bullet as well, which means they've got ample opportunity to get closer. Taco levels that out, finds him. It's going to be Cold that needs the information. As they swing around on him, Shox is able to get the kill. Pressure on for Taco. Tons of time with the kit for Kenny as he jumps across. Smoke down. He can get on this. He's going to as well. He's going to reverse the side, which means Taco's too far to the right. He can't find it. Kenny's holding. That's done. G2's got the round. They go to number 9.
Now already missing out on the bomb line up there. 1 bullet would have done it, but Kenny S smartly puts himself to the left-hand side, has a bit more cover to work with there, and Taco smoked out, has no choice but to submit and allow him to win the round there. That's quite a harsh reset. Sure, the bomb goes down, but they only get $1,400 on top of that 800 here. So it's an AK saved and a pause to come in. They have to work out how they get back into this one. Do they force buy around this? They've got about just under 3K per player. It's round number 21, G2. Finally coming up top set in a clutch situation. It seems like the majority have gone in favor of the Brazilian side. So a pause just to work out how SK go forward in this one. Taco did save the AK, as you can see right there, and we haven't had the unpause just yet, so they're still contemplating their options. I would say with that buy, they're going to get 1,900 next round. I think you take an eco here. Maybe get some P250s along with his AK-47. Then you still have a buy going forward. 1,900 on top of the money they have right now. It's still enough for AKs, and we'll see whether that comes in. That would be my call at this point. A couple of flashbangs purchased by Fallen and Molotov as well. That suggests they'll go back towards B. Molotov, oh, they are. Oh, okay, coldzera's gone all in. Surprisingly. So the money, they'll only get $1,900 on top of that. So the bomb has to go down in this round to have a chance to buy up the next round. This is a gamble. We'll see if it works out for them. 3 Tech 9s, PT50, and the AK of Taco. He needs to light up the scoreboard this round. That's been good so far. Holding that B position once again. The CTs, nothing too aggressive this round. They know the money is going to be in the proverbial bin. As we get into round number 21 here. Kenny S, of course, on the AWP. He's patrolling the A-bomb side.
Taco's waiting in the same angle again to see if anyone's going to push. Only 1 round for SK before the money was gone. Fur's gone top stairs. But look how passive G2 are playing, knowing the situation. All they need to find is SK and the AK for Taco. They've sent him on the hunt, not surprisingly. Bombs waiting back in the hands of Phelps toward the spawn. Taco opens it up. I imagine they'll try and go as fast as they can toward B, but there's 3 players in there. Even if Taco finds one on this side of the map, it's not like he's done much to open the door with the weaponry as it is.
Still a 5-on-5. SK biding their time here. 1 player up towards long. Kenny S could find a bit of a problem here, but that's Fallen. He's low HP. I think his position has been given away, been legged. By the looks of things, Bomb still towards the B side of the map. They have forced a rotation though, the T side. So less body gets a couple of fractured. This could be problematic. Only gets 1. He's at the Shoxy now to pick up the pieces.
He's fine. Good play. Shox both directions. It's Cold. Gets him down, but it's damage done. And enough of it. You'd expect at least, because the tapping of Tech 9 does considerable damage to Apex. Knows he's going to be going up towards the ramp. Just barely misses the shot, Cold. Has to swap over Tech 9s as well because ammo remains. Fallen desperate to get the bomb. Is very low on HP. Time's gone anyway. They'll have to stay alive. Keep the AK-47. Fallen just barely reached that. It's 1 round between them. G2 closing up late yet again.
Yeah, they're looking good right now. 11-10. This looks like another eco as well. Like we said, if Body only gets 1 kill, it should be problematic. But of course, Shoxy, strong as ever, manages to find 2 and secure the round. 11-10. So, what's the play here from SK? 2 players with no money whatsoever. That's Fallen and coldzera. The rest of the guys a bit more partial with their buy. It's going to be round number 22 now. 1 AK, Tech 9s, limited in grenades, 1 smoke and a flashbang. I'm not sure how they get into the bomb sites with that. It comes down to Fallen. He has been very good with the AK-47 in this tournament. Primarily known as an AWPer, of course, one of the very best in the world. But no slouch with the rifles either. We'll see whether he can maybe light up the scoreboard here as we get into this. It's going to be G2 looking to tie things up. Your favorite scoreline, 11-11, and now a nice cheeky boost as well. Haven't seen this fine kills before. You can get information as to whether this TT AWPer is boosted up. Nothing gathered though as of yet.
As of yet. Taco taps on the Tech 9. It's going to take a lot more than that. Fur does spot one. Jumping Shocks will have seen him as well, hence a little flashbang. Yes, I know you're there. I know what you're up to, Fur.
One smoke, one flashbang. The B commitment comes in momentarily. The flash comes in. They go through Monsters. Body to challenge first with the UMP. Not the cleanest to kill, but he gets it. Fallen takes him down. Now has a real chance for the T's here. Shoxy has to wait for rotation before he fully commits. Doesn't even get that done. Fallen managing to find 2 kills with the AK-47.
Big on the AK. Boost is smart from MBK, and Taco walks back into it. They've lost Fallen, the man who got all the kills. As Cole desperately tries to spray through to find the damage where he can. It's Phelps in the sight with the Deagle instead. Fast first kill, and he knows that he can back off. That'll do for now. It'll buy some space for Cole to work with. But Kenny's in a good position, reverse side of the bags. I think he's been spotted. He certainly has. Good strike back. Cole's got a real chance now, but he's trapped in. And MBK's going to get aggressive, and MBK's going to get the round. We will go to 11-11.
We will indeed. Bit of a tight round there. Some great shots coming in, especially with Phelps with that Desert Eagle. Very strong indeed to get that shot and open up the side itself. Comes down to the 2 versus 1 in the end for coldzera, but his position given away in the 1v1 scenario. MBK is waiting for him to overextend, takes him down. That's to be 3 rounds in a row for G2. The money's been a real problem for SK, but starting to stabilize now of another full gun round here. coldzera, he's only got the AK-47 and armor. No real nades to work with here, so still not a full buy going forward, but we'll see whether they can find round number 23 here. Still the single AWP setup for G2. They love a double AWP setup. Haven't really seen that so far on Overpass. Kenny S towards the B site and more aggression towards long. It seems like this is G2's go-to strategy there. Waiting to be flashed in and then try and challenge at that playground position.
Fallen just being patient as ever. To see if anyone will push up. He holds the bomb. Has a lot of times, to be fair, even though he's on the AWP, so letting the rifles try and get a little more aggressive as Fur and Taco set respective choke points toward B. I guess they're anticipating, and rightly so, that G2 is going to push those positions. They've done so quite a bit. Not so much this time as MBK gets down to the stairwell where Phelps awaits in the hallway. So very standard default. The aggression comes at A instead. Fallen is ready for it. Sliver to shoot through, and he threads the needle to take down Body. NBK's got to pull this back. He needs at least a kill here. If he doesn't, round done.
Yeah, Fallen wasn't actually ready for that first shot. They had to re-scope and manages to find 2 in the end. Now it's a 5-on-3, but MBK spots one rotating towards B. He could be the snake in the grass at this point. If he can find the timing to get behind them, if they're going to set up for a full execution, he could actually find maybe 2 or 3 kills, but they've already gone into the B side. Maybe the timing eludes him this time.
Taco straight contact. Fallen's waiting as well. Flames from Fur to take down Kenny. That should be the round in a 5 versus 2 bomb plant on B site. Fallen's got MBK. That is the round.
So aware. Fallen, what a round from him. 3 kills in total. Clean sweep for SK. Finally getting the guns back out and looking very strong in round number 23 here. 12-11, they take the lead back there. And this is what we were saying. It was G2. That aggressive stance towards long once again. Fallen just waits for his chance to strike. Takes 2. And now we get to the point where they could break the bank of G2. We have got enough for a buy. 3 and 4 so far on the UMP for Shocks. Kenny S still on the AWP, but glass cannon mini, and he has a sniper rifle itself. No armor. That means if one bullet hits him, that shoots his scope off into the air. It's very difficult for an AWP to operate with no armor, but certainly possible. You just have to be very fast indeed. And that's something Kenny S is very good at, finding quick shots.
MBK and Body push through to make sure they cover off water, so they do get aggressive this time on B. Continues to be their style of play. And it's SK that sit well back on the T side. It's almost round in reverse from what you'd expect to see in terms of map control. Kenny stays very passive, however, on his AWP. Waiting to see if anyone's going to jump up over top to either spot for information or get on top of the flower pot. I was going to say it's not really a pot, is it?
Flower bed?
Flower bed, that's a better word.
Wow. 1 minute remaining, and it looks like they execute coming in momentarily. They're trying to reclaim along the CT side. Apex gets into that one and done position, but he's baited in by his teammate here. So Kenny has to take the first shot, but timing could be against them. Not even 1 kill. First finds Apex. Kenny is fighting back.
And he's in a good spot now. Fallen knows the angle though. His timing was everything because getting the kill at Bathrooms, he could have swung back out toward long, but now it's going to be Fur walking in. MBK does so well but goes down. And Fur gets in position to cut off the headshot on Body, whose accuracy continues to be supreme. Fallen's gonna try and run this back to be 27 seconds, AK-47. He's gotta go. He's still checking Bathrooms, so yeah, it's gonna have to be A. As soon as he hesitates for a second, there's no time. He's going to go straight up brawl, 2 versus 1, and spots out the first, but not the second. Body's ready for him. G2 steal back the round.
Fallen has delivered some memorable clutches on this map, but 2 versus 1, no real time to play with that. If he had maybe 10 more seconds, you're right, could have gone back towards B, but didn't have that to work with. So finding 1 round, SK, and unfortunately for them, they have been reset. They kept 5 players alive in the round they won, so the money won't be the position where they have to eco here. It just won't be the best of buys. It's 12-12. We're coming to the closing stages here of the second map. 1-0 in terms of the best of 3 standing for G2 at the moment, looking to get that 2-0 finish. Another pause for SK here. You get 4 per game to use. Round number 25, Fallen, the tactical mastermind of this team, working out how they get into this. They're having a look at the money right now. Phelps and Taco have brought up armor. And it looks like they will be going all in map. It's going to be a mishmash of a buy. 2 AKs, a Galil, a UMP, and Taco yet to buy. He's only got the Glock right now, but he already has armor. Presumably, he brings out the Galil. Oh, actually opts for the AK. Only had $2,700, exactly enough for that weapon. Means he only gets a Molotov and a flashbang. No smoke for him. Big round out for SK. Lose this, almost certainly going to be an eco. And that is not a place you want to be on the round number 26 part.
Slow push in toward the lower tunnels. That's clear. Tick the box. And rush to catch Apex, who starts to look toward the park side. He's going to swing around. Kenny's still playing there. AWP up close. Kenny, master of it, but he's flashed off. Who's going around the corner first? Apparently neither. As he goes back in. Bomb denied. Help to Phelps for taking down Fallen that time, but they'll grab the bomb again, and Fur should go for the plant. Phelps has to continue pushing in. Kenny, big miss. That'll buy them more space, but they haven't gone for the plant. They finally will. As it goes down, their manpower limited. MBK again with a double that's unanswered. Unanswered until now. Fur finding only 1. All he can deal with, and Taco's got to be patient. It is planted for him, but there's smokes, 2 of them to put on top of the bomb. He's playing the longer angle. They'll double that smoke, so there is no chance to push up, and Kenny jumping above. Diffuse comes in. They'll take the lead, G2.
Bit of a Hail Mary play there from SK Gaming. Like we said, the mishmash buy coming in didn't really have the utility to work with. Well, opted for the fast A strategy. G2 have been showing most of their presence towards long. It works out. They get the first kill on Apex as well. But Kenny has such a nuisance area. Finds 1 kill, buys his teammates some time. And Jason's been saying MBK's back. And this game, he certainly is. He actually found his 28th frag for G2 at this point. 28 kills, 19 deaths. That's not bad at all. Looking for that 30 bomb. And like we said, bomb down. They have to be eco here, SK. Tech 9s, Deagle, no nades, apart from 1 flashbang in the hands of Fur. G2 looking to get a 14-12, but they did allow a few pistol rounds to slip by on Cash. And on this map as well, we'll see if the same thing happens here. This would be massive if SK Gaming can somehow win this round. Falling towards long on the Desert Eagle. There is a player waiting for him behind the tree.
Yeah, he's going to walk straight into this.
He could do this.
Good actually. Oh, he didn't.
He
did. Okay, okay. I wasn't sure. He realized it. Fallen.
Bit of an anti-climax there.
I thought he was just going to walk right by, but
yeah.
Either way, same result. Only 1 shot lands. Apex on 59 after all of that. Taco's up to the bags, but he won't go much further. Smoke down. Apex has gone all the way down long, and Cold's still waiting in the bathroom. Best chance is that Apex calls it clear. Kenny's rotating. Cold could slip in and get a plant out of this if the timing is right. Problem is he's got to go pretty much right now because Apex could easily swing back and catch him. They're getting closer to it. They think Apex has called this. They're going off of his information. It's misinformation at this point in time.
Or is it?
Oh, now he knows. Now the rotation comes back in. Spots 2.
Yeah, so that's great from him. They're going to have A-side control. Bomb not quite there, but Phelps, he could have an interesting position here. They're going to have knives out. Could be the double frag. Shoxy panicking now. Phelps looking for a second frag. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. He might be taken out at this point.
Held them off long enough to give position to his 2 teammates. Cold's going to babysit the bomb. If he'd found a double in that position, things would have gone very well. Apex is working back up long. That's Cold's problem, but he does well to get NBK immediately. All onto Fur, tapping with a Tech 9 aim punch, bit of a factor, but still manages only 1 kill. That's all he gets. 14-12 now for G2, and only 2 rounds still for SK on the T side. Bomb plant's going to give them a lot more money.
Absolutely. Apex with 3 kills there. Just about avoids Fallen, who did spot him behind the tree there. Takes him down to the first shot. Let's have a look how this looked on Apex's screen. So he's behind the tree, spots a shadow, a little bit late reaction there, but manages to recover and get the shot in his favor. It was then the T player made his way towards CT spawn. That could have been an interesting position. Phelps only gets one. If he gets a double kill there, they have a real shot of winning that round. And I would have said SK picking that one on would have got them right back into this. But still another gun round here, 14-12. Round number 27, falling back on the orb. No head armor though, and it's Kenny S. The head armor not a factor as he takes him down with the aggressive pick towards Fountain.
Taco's going to wait patiently again to see if anyone will go through. But the first pick to G2 in this, a gun round for SK, which have been few and far between on this T side, is all important because it could be the end or the beginning of it. Cold catches off Shocks.
That's sloppy from Shocks. It's a 5-4. He doesn't really need to hunt for information there. What was he really hoping for? Wasn't flashed over, just went for the drive pace at that point and just didn't get anything for it. Now it's a 4-4, which technically favors the T's. Kenny has a spotted one. The flick shot doesn't land. Definitely had potential too.
He's almost lucky he missed the jump.
Yeah.
Because I think Kenny would have nailed it if he got up on top of the bed. Just like you nail things on beds, Henry. Phelps will rotate around. Fur. It's down inside of the hallway. Cold, it's still holding off the same angle that Shocks went down at, but it's Body and MBK inside of the site this time. And Apex pushing at bathrooms. No information at long, so Kenny's not free to leave the A site just yet. But he is ever closer to rotating around. Phelps needs to hold this position. Oddly as that sounds, needs to be able to turn back and cover off Apex on rotation once the bomb goes in. Utility to aid his teammates and attention elsewhere. The three men from Monster, they're the ones that have to take the site. And MBK, he's baited them in so far that Taco goes hunting for him, gets tunnel visioned. And Body's able to take the shot back with 11 seconds. They have to hold the plant. Fur's gonna do so. The Cold's gone. It's all on to Fur and the flank comes through. Phelps couldn't win the duel between him. And that spells the end of the round. And map point with no money for SK.
Series point of that as well. This is the best of three, the semi-final, the first of today.
Bomb plant gives them a little bit.
It does. So they'll have enough to buy, sure, but that's 4 rounds in a row. So they get $2,900, 15-12. Road lead here for SK Gaming. They found themselves in a very similar situation on Cash. Managed to get 3 or 4 rounds together to close the gap. As actually then they lost the pistols to find the map victory for G2 here. Looking at that 2-0, all for Kenny S once again. It looks like a fast peak commitment. All 5 players this side of the map. This could be a straight up rush map. It's definitely an interesting play, but they're going for it. This is it. Can they find the round?
Fast, but through flames. And in blindness, they'll start to fall down. Phelps gets at least a kill back, thankfully, because Body was swinging in a position where he could have found more toward Monster. And Fallen's gonna go fast plant. They've got to throw everything at it to keep him alive in the post plant, to get the bomb down so they can't wrap around. Exactly that. As Taco goes down, Cold can't do anything of it. He wants to swing, but Apex holding the angle. It's all on to Fallen on the site. Down he goes to Shocks and Phelps inside. Oh, it's only 17 HP, and that won't do. It's G2-0 over SK. They move in to the grand final.
Very good performance here from G2 today. Clinical stuff. Cash was excellent. That was SK's pick, and they look like the much better team overall. The fragging potential. Everyone turns up on this team, and I have to say, SK struggling. Some of the superstars not necessarily performing. Coldzera, you hate to say it and keep bringing it up, but he's a player who's not living up to expectations here. That's a disappointing finish to the Pro League for SK. Looking to get in the finals once again. Narrowly missed out of Cloud9 in the previous season in front of a home crowd. Looking for redemption here and couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it at all. So G2, one step closer. SK, they bow out in the semifinals. But who will G2 play? Is it going to be Liquid or North who advance straight through to the semis? And North desperately need that because they've had trouble in playoffs. They're going to buy to go a little bit further for once.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be a hell of a matchup there. And G2 booked themselves a place in the grand finals. Kenny S definitely pivotal in that situation. He wasn't so as electric on Overpass, but Cash especially. That's one of his absolute best maps. He looked phenomenal in that one.
Did indeed, always does. And I have to say, after winning on Cash, Overpass, it may seem good on paper between the two of them, but G2's just got the upper hand on it. And firepower, like you say, the stars of G2 showed up brighter today, I have to say. Cliche as that sound. But that said, Kenny S is on the stage with Golden Boy.
All right, guys, I'm down here with the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only. Put your hands together. Kenny S. All right. I asked you before the cast was through to us. Apparently, you're not feeling all that. What's going on, man?
Nothing really bad. I'm just feeling really sick because of the American AC. Thank you very much. So I have some fever and I'm coughing a bit more than usual. So I'm really happy that we managed to close it out pretty fast because I could not handle a turn map.
Yeah, well, now you got a little time to rest, thankfully, right? Maybe you'll turn that AC down just a tad, for tomorrow. All right, so I do want to ask you, there's actually one thing in particular that I did want to ask about that last round. Was at the first half. You guys all kind of ran into the Molotovs there. It was just like a weird instance. Me and the rest of the analysts were talking about in the back. What happened in that instance?
In the last one?
It was the, what was it? Second game, first half.
I don't remember, I'm sorry.
Fair point. Fair point. It was a very specific moment, to be honest. I was just looking at it, I was like, okay. In any case, so, going into it, you guys picked up cash. You felt pretty confident. Did you expect the overpass pick?
They actually picked...
I'm sorry, yes, the reverse. My bad.
We expected them to pick cash, actually. Because they won against Fnatic in group stage, like, pretty easily. And we never played them on cash, so we never beat them. And we managed to beat them on global overpass in best of one already in the past. So, yeah, it was kind of obvious for us that they would pick cash. Between cash and Inferno, maybe. But yeah, it was obvious for us.
All right, so you guys are moving on. Huge opportunity up ahead for you. Against the two teams who are coming up in just a little while here, who would you rather face in the finals?
We really want to face North because they are really cocky. And we want to show them that winning an event doesn't mean anything against CS.
Ooh, all right. That's spicy. I love it. Kenny, got some rest, my man. Thank you so much for the time. Appreciate it, guys. Over at the desk, take it away.
Play. Very fast play, and there it is! Oh my god, Dennis on cue, on point, all 3 kills again. I'm done. Don't even buy guns. Just this guy can use it.
Intel, Lenovo Legion, Xfinity, ESCA, Pay Safeguard, Mountain Dew League, Logitech G, and Zowie.
Welcome back to the Xfinity Analyst Desk at ESL Pro League Season 5 Finals. G2 is going to be your first team in the Grand Finals. brilliant performance on 2 maps to eliminate SK from the tournament. I mean, that's got to be a little bit surprising to see G2 do that, to that effect. I mean, this was 2 very well put together games. I know you were talking about they look like much more of a team than SK.
Yeah, definitely. All the CT aggression from SK was so individual. And then we're talking about in the pregame how G2, they had a lot of teamwork in the way that they're going to approach those CT rounds. They did it time and time again here. Even towards the, the end of this half, they were playing together and shutting down SK's rushes and aggression. And G2 just looked like a better unit today.
I want to touch on something before we get too deep. The Molotovs that go by S Kenny on the stage. Diving into the Molotov like lemurs and just 3 players just basically just letting themselves die. Is that, if indeed they're doing it to deny bonus money to the SMGs, is that a viable idea? Is that a good strategy?
Well, the way it looks there, yes. Because they're just like posturing around.
It just looks so ridiculous, doesn't it?
Well, let's die to something and not those SMGs. But it's just weird, I know they had Glocks, but if that's your way out of a round, it's like, surely there's a better way.
Or maybe they're just defining how we're going to play Counter-Strike.
I mean, if they just rush through it, they can get 1 kill. And if they get 1 kill, that's worth it more than just, dying to getting 300 instead of 600. In the end, it's a $900 difference. It's not going to be the end of the world, right?
Yeah, okay, well, let's move on from that, just because Kenny didn't remember it. We remembered it very vividly. This is a situation now where another slow start in the first half for SK. They bounce back at the end of that first half, and then going into their T side, the side of the map that's been so good to them all tournament long. I think it was like maybe 3 rounds they lost in the group stage on the T, or I mean in day 1 and 3 on the T side. Here they get battered. They don't get anything on the T side.
I think the big problem was they couldn't get a hold of the economy. They were just getting reset whenever they would win around the T side, and the biggest problem was after the first gun round, which they won, then we had that 1v2 from Taco where he couldn't get the kill on the diffuser through the smoke. And after that, we had that super weird round where Cold and Fallen were left alone, and they decided to save, and Fallen was on an eco.
There were a lot of WTFs in the back room when that was going on.
Yeah, it was very strange, and that just really magnified the problem of the economy game from that point on, because they would get the 4 kills and plant the bomb, still lose, and then we keep buying because we feel like we can reset them, but we don't have that super healthy buy with all the utility, and it really felt that was the downfall of SK.
Yeah, I don't think you want to play G2's own game against them, right? Even though I think maybe in a skill-for-skill matchup where SK is probably evenly matched by G2, you don't want to play into their force by hands, and you don't want to be buying behind. There was a couple of rounds on the CT side as well where they were buying behind just a FAMAS. And I was like, what are they doing? That's where G2 wants you to go. They want you to save those guns. They want you to keep buying because they're rolling around as a pack. They're using, their trade ability to beat you out in every occasion. And when players like Phelps and Fur are going to be aggressive on their own, they're going to get punished time and time again. Even though it was a 10-5 first half, that was the aura that we saw come out from SK with those retakes, right? It happened, I think, 4 times they were able to retake the bomb site when the bomb got down, and that's not something which they can bank on every time.
Jason,
yes.
Here? I mean, you're a little bit distracted.
Yeah, I'm looking some things up on my...
Knock, Jason.
Who's there?
Definitely not Cold Zera because he had a terrible...
You forgot your own punchline, didn't you?
No, I just wanted to find a way to make it even more bad. But the problem for him was he couldn't get a rhythm. Definitely not on the second map, but it seemed like throughout the series, because in the first half, couldn't really see it, but I think at least once, maybe even twice, he got caught by Shox when he was just jumping over the wall to get information. And Shox in the first half was getting so much work done. Even in with a Mag 10 in a gun round, he just runs up towards short and gets an entry kill. And that forces the hand from the CTs basically to be more aggressive in that setup that we saw towards A, 2 players long, 1 player towards Fountain. And G2 is just waiting for it. They're in a 4v5, they need to push, they get punished. And that early potential good start that they had from winning the pistol, they couldn't turn it into a 5-0 lead.
I mean, you saw it up there on the screen just briefly. It was 55 ADR across the series for Cold Zera, so it's not even the kills, it's just not having impact in terms of damage. And that's very surprising for someone who seems so consistent over the past 2 years. We could forgive him an event here or there, I figure, but still, it just didn't seem like without him, there just didn't seem to be enough, despite, Fallen having a pretty good series.
Yeah.
We had Fur once again performing.
Well, Chad, the key for G2 was firepower.
Oh, boy. Jeez, could you have a more vague tweet than that one? Fallen for sure, he was definitely an impact player. It's unfortunate that, he himself couldn't carry them across the line, but the amount of times he had multi-frag rounds, with quick switching, not quick switching, quick scoping or no scoping, and in those pressure situations, he's got to be one of the best at being a combat quick AWPer in the world, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, still, even aside from him and Kenny had some great duels, some great rounds out of Fallen, couldn't carry it forward. This is a map he's normally stellar in as well. So, I mean, just a very good series. They just couldn't, like you said, there just didn't seem to be that team element that we know so much out of SK.
And if you're looking for a silver lining for SK, it has to be, you know, Fallen is definitely back now. So it's something that they were really missing during that slump period. He obviously has a lot of impact for the team as he's the in-game leader in addition to being the AWPer. So that's something that they can build on moving forward. They're going to spend a lot of time in Europe with the tournaments and boot camping and all that stuff. So plenty of time to iron things out.
Yeah, either way, that's going to be it for this series, obviously. Congratulations to G2 for making through to our grand finals. That'll be tomorrow. Coming up next, the second semifinal, Team North taking on Team Liquid. We'll see who is going to meet G2.
I would love to lift the trophy.
You have to prove to the world that you're good both online and offline to actually compete among the best.
You play a lot of games online, so when you lift a trophy, the feeling is amazing because you put a lot of hard work for you won the tournament.
Winning this tournament will be one of the biggest achievements in my life.
It would be a really good confidence boost for building up momentum for ESL Cologne.
Cloud9 won the last one. It would be amazing for us to lift this one since they're kind of rivals of us. So.
This time and we are really prepared and we want to lift that trophy again for sure. It has been a long time since Epicenter and I feel like this is our time.
That's been my goal and dream for CS. I just want to raise the trophy just in general.
We've never been a team that has actually ever gotten first place at any LAN event, and I would really want this to be the first.
You know this feeling. The moment when goosebumps take over. The moment the fans roar. The moment you can't hold yourself back. This feeling will push you to your limits once again.
Exclusive Black Equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes.
Athletes aren't just born, they're molded from the core. A core of strength, a core of laser focus, a core that can handle anything, a core that sweats the small stuff, a core that's the difference maker, game changer, world shocker. You see, hard work makes the athlete, but the edge of a Core i7 processor makes you unstoppable.
This is your chance to actually make it into the Pro League, be a professional Counter-Strike player.
That's the thing that Mountain Dew League provides.
Kinguin, you know what? If anybody has a shot at 2-0, it's Kinguin. Beautiful Counter-Strike. You usually only see that into the professional level of things.
We are one of the youngest team in top 20. Many teams can underestimate us and we can surprise them with our tactics, show our Polish power.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Definitely the boot camps have helped a lot. We're still a pretty new team, only a few months old, with the addition of Twist. So we're still figuring out a lot of stuff, but we've been boot camping a lot, practicing a lot, and I think it's showing that we're finally getting comfortable.
We have prepared a lot better like on the teams here. Abe, our analyst, the old 1.6 legend, have been doing a great job together with the coach, which have made it quite easier for me as an in-game leader and also the players.
Something our coach has been helping us a lot with is just staying calm and forgetting about whatever mistakes happen, because it's just been known in our team and we're the kind of players that really get upset and get stressed and can't handle the pressure. But with the help of Zeus and all of us just working really hard to fix the mistakes, we just forget about whatever happened in the past and stay calm and just able to play our own game.
So in general, we are just really prepared as a team, and it feels so good when we play and you feel confident in you and the team so much.
Toughest player on North, I'd say for sure, is Config. He just has insane skill and great confidence, so definitely gonna watch out for him.
Config is a big X factor and he is doing some random shit a lot, so I can understand why they fear him. They don't really know what he's gonna do. It's a player that you can't watch a demo and be 100%, but he's gonna do that. Our biggest strength to beat them is that we have the firepower and we have the tactical aspect of the game, and we are really good on both. yeah, I just think we're better than them both on firepower and tactical.
I wouldn't call it pressure, it's more excitement. We just love playing in front of the crowd, so we're excited to see the NA fans, and hopefully they just cheer for us all the way.
I'm looking very much forward to play in front of the crowd. I imagine that Liquid is going to have the home crowd in our game, but it's no problem because we have played against Virtus Pro when they have a home crowd and we wrecked them on the 2 last map. I think it's going to be a good semi-final, but we will win.
You've heard from the players how important it is to play in front of this crowd, in front of this stage, how big of a deal it is. And if you guys are interested in getting involved in playing in front of a crowd like this, go through the Mountain Dew League. It is ESEA's direct path to the professional level of play, the professional divisions. Build a team, compete, climb the ladders, and you'll find yourself in the pros in no time. Either way, we're going to get started with the second semifinal. It's going to be Team Liquid taking on North. Before we dive too